Hey, what's going on, everyone? How you guys doing today? My name is Matt Jarbo. Welcome to Three Buck Theater. I know I was on camera last night for the stream. It's about 12:30 a.m. right now, Pacific Standard Time, and I don't really feel like being on camera. I just don't. I just don't really feel like it. So we're not going to do it. That's the thing with my channel, my choice, my body, my choice. Hashtag feminism. That being said, it's been an interesting day. You know, a lot of stuff going on. Margot Robbie, that whole fucking crazy situation, right? That whole thing. Margot Robbie joining Pirates of the Caribbean. She's going out there. She's going to be being, a female pirate, not connected to Johnny Depp. We don't know if it's going to take place in an alternate Pirates universe or if it's going to be part of this universe. We don't know. But what we do know is that it's happening, apparently. And the results have been a lot of pro Johnny Depp, which I think is pretty cool. A lot of pro Johnny Depp. A lot of people that are just like, no, man, no Johnny, no watch. Hashtag. Which, you gotta give the guy some credit. He's got that loyalty from a lot of his people, a lot of his fans. Now, I can't, in good conscience, say that no Johnny, no watch for me, because I have to watch things. It's part of what I do. So, but I'd want it to be connected. I think if it's not connected or doesn't have Jack Sparrow in some way, it's not Pirates of the Caribbean. I mean, they retconned Pirates of the Caribbean to add in 3 Johnny Depps at the Disney Pirates of the Caribbean ride. And I think even like Tokyo, it's a different ride over there. They have it, but it's like totally different than the one in Disneyland. So it's like, this is a reason why you want to dive around. You want to head over to different parts of the world. You want to go and you want to explore theme parks. Although, to be fair, you might catch the Rona. You might catch the Rona. So that's a problem. Let's see here. Jez, what's going on? You're here from work. Hey, what's going on? I hope you're having a good night. Rays. That's right. Live long and prosper to you too. CJP. Yas. Hashtag feminism. Zeros to Heroes says, get Depp back. Well, they should. There's another project that's happening with that too. And that is the rumored female-led Pirates of the Caribbean reboot, which again, dumb idea. It's a dumb idea. It's a stupid, horrifically terrible, crappy, bad idea to reboot it. Don't reboot it. Continue in that universe and then play off of what's happened. I think that's what fans want at this point. I mean, if anything that Marvel has given us in the last 10 years has been that continuity can make you a fuckload of money. If you build up that relationship, you can make a fuckload of money. Now, granted, in the case of Marvel, it's exceptionally homogenized, and not everyone has a lot of fun with it. And so they do need to take some artistic liberties. But for the most part, it's all good. So, let's see here. Luna says the only good Pirates movies are the first 3. I agree. I did enjoy the 4th one, On Stranger Tides. That was the 4th one, right? What was it? Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, Pirates of the Caribbean, At World's End, Pirates of the Caribbean, On Stranger Tides, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales. I think that's the last one. So I'll watch those movies, man. I like them. I think they're fun. You get rid of Johnny, you get rid of the fun. Do any of you want a Pirates of the Caribbean movie led by Keira Knightley? Miss I Hate Everything, Elizabeth Swann? Of course not. She needs to have a foil. Johnny Depp needed a straight person. That was Orlando Bloom in the first movie. And then obviously the hardcore with Elizabeth Swann in the later films. You need to have, there's got to be that counterpart. No counterpart, no fun. It's kind of dumb. Let's see. CJ says, I'm honestly worried for Margot. I don't know why. I will watch the new Pirates movie, but we'll miss Johnny Depp in it. Yeah, Astro. I mean, I think a lot of people are. My stepmom is like, I'm not fucking seeing that goddamn movie without Johnny Depp. She's a old school fan, big fan. Let's see here. What's going on? Teth says, did you hear about Jordan Peele, Will Smith, Universal Monster thing? Yeah, I heard a little bit about that. I don't really remember everything. Ah, fuck, hold on. My chair got stuck in my carpet. I wanted to lean back like an old school midnight radio DJ, microphone arm extended, hanging out in my chair, looking at my Star Wars posters and thinking, yeah, this is the life. Let's see here. Hashtag save Sparrow from Alvi. I agree. Josh here says female reboot. Woo, works so great for Ghostbusters. Well, okay. Let's actually examine that for a brief ass second. All right. By the way, guys, open call-ins. The link is in the video description. If you want to come on in, link's right there. We'll chat. So Ghostbusters 2016 was a movie that Amy Pascal wanted in order to kind of check that box, right? We know that about Amy Pascal. So there's that. She went to Paul Feig 3 times and he turned it down twice. On the third time he said yes. He gave her the pitch. The pitch is what we saw. It's that bad. But Paul Feig, it was never the right director or the right filmmaker to continue or even reboot Ghostbusters. He's a subversive comedy filmmaker and his stuff is parody. It works, but it's parody. In the case of Ghostbusters, if you ask most people, if they just took away the name Ghostbusters, would the movie be as bad? And arguably a lot of them would say, no, it would be okay if it was under a different name. Now, I don't really believe that, to be honest with you. And I say that because it's so heavily built around the architecture of the first movie that you cannot de-establish yourself or disestablish yourself or whatever unestablished. I don't know what the term would be. You're not able to do that. So the movie was destined to fail. In the case of, let's say, Pirates of the Caribbean reboot, it all depends on if they take the story seriously and what they plan on doing with it. So we don't know yet. We have like no fucking idea what they're going to do. We have no idea how they're going to proceed or what they're going to want to change. But as a 17-year long fan of that franchise, not having, especially coming off of the sequel trilogy, and how much fans kind of resented how Disney portrayed their original heroes by not having them ever be together. You know, I mean, the only character who kind of made their way through with everybody was Chewbacca. And even in The Last Jedi, Chewbacca, who was like one of Luke's oldest friends, spent more of his time alone and not hanging with Luke, talking about blowing up the Death Star and shit. You know, because I mean, even though Luke is I'm kind of going off topic here, but even though Luke is a fucking pacifist in The Last Jedi, dude, people trade war stories all the goddamn time. Like Chewie and Luke would be hanging around the fire, drinking some blue milk, and Chewie would be like, and then Luke would be like, oh yeah, dude, I remember that. Like, oh, man, like when I fucking went to the Death Star and you guys were on Endor. Okay. So like, remember how I told you how like, you know, like I kicked the Emperor's ass, right? Because I told you I kicked the Emperor's ass. That's not what happened. I lied a long time ago, but it's funny. Let me tell you, it's a funny story. So my dad being Vader, you know that, right? You've seen him, you've met him. He's kind of a dick. He was a dick. He got redeemed, but it's all good. So my dad Vader, all right, like he's gonna fucking kill me. Like he is like fucking gonna kill me. This guy's got me. He's got me in a fucking lightsaber battle, man. He's just toying with me. The Emperor's like got a fucking raging erection, getting ready to fucking come lightning bolts. You know, I mean, like, it was a fucking wild situation, man. But just when you fucking think, like, you know, like, I'm fucking dead because I'm getting, like, electrocuted and shit, right? And that was a whole wild thing, too. I'll tell you about that later. But, man, I'm getting fucking electrocuted by, like, fucking come lightning bolts out of fucking Palpatine's hands. And my dad, dude, he fucking does like the craziest shit. Like, you won't believe this. He picked up Palpatine. He picked up the Emperor, and he was all like, Hadouken! Fucking threw him in a goddamn fucking vent shaft. Down he went. Right? It was, Should have been there. It was fucking wild, man. Then I'd drag his lifeless corpse out, and then we had a moment. It was a good moment. I could imagine Luke at this point being super fucking drunk. He's just crying his eyes out, like, I fucking miss my dad, man. I fucking miss my dad, man. Like at that point, they'd be hanging out trading war stories. Like fucking, I guarantee you, like Chewie would be like telling the story of like, how he walked in on Han and Leia doing the fucking doggy style. It's like, I tried, man. No, or like all that time. Just like think about the war stories that they would have if they were hanging out together. Yeah, and I know it's a movie and we're never going to get that. Like, I understand that and shit. I understand that. But at the same time, like, that they'd be talking about the ventures they went on. Like old fucking Vietnam War vets. So I find that to be funny in kind of a pseudo disrespectful sort of way to the legacy. That's another reason why I'm not a big fan of The Last Jedi. So that being said, let's see here. Okay, hold on. I haven't. Let's see here. You want me to ban Teth Adam, but I'm not seeing anything. He's having a conversation. I don't know what's going on. I just fucking work here. So real quick, if you guys enjoyed that if you guys laughed at all at that, let me know. Like hit one in the chat. I thought that was pretty fucking funny. Anyway, do I want Michael Keaton covered in CG? No, I don't. I don't want that at all. I want old grizzly. You know what I want? I want fucking Peter Weller, because he was great as Batman in The Dark Knight Returns, that animated movie. Old, bitter, cynical, cigar smoking Peter fucking Weller. I think that'd be pretty cool. But I would lose my shit if they did Batman Beyond, though. That's all I care about with this. If I don't really care about anything else, to be honest with you, like about like the Flashpoint. I'm like, cool. Don't open. I just I see all these videos talking about like DC opening up the multiverse with this. They're like, they're like the anti-Marvel, and I'm like, yeah, go against the proven business method. See how that works out for you. But at the same time, I kind of understand the idea about AT&T wanting everything to be canon, but I just feel like it's, once again with DC, throw everything at the wall and see what sticks, and don't actually have a person who can craft a plan. You just don't do it. You just don't fucking do it. So is that. Let's see here. What are my thoughts about them wiping out the DCEU Batman post Flashpoint? I don't want them to get rid of Batfleck. I want more Batfleck. I don't know what they plan on doing with Michael Keaton. I heard tonight there was some movement moving forward on that. I don't know any specific details, just that things are apparently moving and there should be a confirmation announced soon. But it may take a few more days. I guess it was supposed to be announced today, but then like some stuff set it back. We'll have to wait and see. Let's see here. Alvy says, so I'll never understand why Disney won't take a chance on Tron. Tron Legacy was an expensive movie, and it came out in 2010. Weird to think that it's almost 10 years old. And it just, at the time, failed to garner, a lot of money, and which is bad or sad because it's such a good movie. I think it's found its audience since then, and I'd love to know like the numbers for Disney Plus, because at this point, like they're looking at that. At this point, they're really trying to push that. Let's see here. All right, I'd rather than recast Ben Affleck with John Hamm. No, I don't think John Hamm would be good like as in a Thomas Wayne role. John Hamm would be good, and he would not be a good Bruce Wayne or Batman. He would be good in like a villain role, because his work on Mad Men was spectacular. I could see him playing like a Victor Freeze or something pretty well. Something along those lines. But in recent years, we haven't seen him do anything really kind of serious. He's just done like comedic stuff kind of. But I do like John Hamm quite a bit. I do. I would love to see him in more stuff. I'd love to get him in there. Do I think we'll see Billy D. Williams as Two-Face Harvey Dent in Batman 5? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Why not, right? Like, why not? Fuck it. If they're going to bring back Keaton, bring back Billy D, and we know Billy D will do it, well, I'll definitely show up. There's a paycheck. Damn right you will, Billy D. Let's see here. Okay. Javier says, I'm so excited for Darkseid. Hell yeah, dude. Darth Devo Knievel says, will there be a Wonder Woman 3? Yeah, well, apparently they were already in the process of like working on one as a follow-up because, you know, keep in mind, they shot Wonder Woman 2 like a long time ago. And so it's been done. It's supposed to be out, you know, like it was originally supposed to be out like last December. And they pushed it. So it's done. And so they've been actively developing a third one because, I mean, why not? It's going to make a lot of money. But now, who knows? I mean, really, who knows? So it's going to be delayed by a bit. Once we get past this whole Rona thing, it'll be a little bit different. Did I like Escape Plan? Yeah, it was fun. It was like a one-time watch. I haven't seen 2 or 3. But the fact that Stallone starred in 2 straight-to-video Escape Plan sequels is just wild to me. Thoughts on Shane Dawson and Jenna Marvel's kowtowing to the left, apologizing on their knees and deleting old content to acquiesce to shallow outrage? Well, look, I'll tell you this, Safety. Those moves in this particular space, man, that sent some fucking shockwaves yesterday. Because the thing is, cancel culture will come for us all. It's come for me. It will come for me again. It's not like, you know, a cold or you get rid of it and it's gone. No. It's going to come the fuck back. Absolutely going to come the fuck back. This is the problem with cancel culture is once you acquiesce to that type of mentality, that type of mob mentality, they have a taste for blood. It's not going to appease them. I don't have an answer for how to stop it from happening or how to come back from it. But what I do know is that it's in the best interest of everyone to be absolutely aware of the shit that you do. Now, I mean, the thing is, if you look at a lot of what it is, the stuff that Jenna Marbles was talking about, this is like back in like 2012 shit, 2010, 2012 shit. The internet was in a vastly different place back then. And I do think Jenna Marbles canceled herself to get the sympathy card instead of the anger card. I think that. I think she did that. So, and Shane Dawson, he's, you know what? He never, like, he fucking shielded Jeffree Star when Jeffree Star came out and made accusations, sexual assault accusations against James Charles last year. And he shielded him. And also, you know, did all that shit. And so, no, fuck Shane Dawson. I really, like, if Shane Dawson gets outed as something bad, I would not be surprised. I wouldn't be. But you can tell it's a situation where these guys are very much trying to save their own ass to an extent. And I get it. I get it. I 100% get it. It's caused a lot of people, I think, to stop and go, should I apologize for things that I've done or said? But then the question becomes, do you want to draw attention to it? And I don't know. Again, I've said some dumb things. They're cataloged. And honest to God, I had that conversation yesterday with my girlfriend. I was telling her about Jenna Marbles, and I'm like, should I come out and say something? Like, not that I'm going away, but just like publicly apologize for dumb shit that I've said to get in front of it. And she's like, no, because it's like not going to work. And I'll tell you this. This is the God's honest truth. It's always better to ask for forgiveness than permission. But expect it. Now that Jenna Marbles and Shane Dawson have done something like that, a lot of other YouTubers, I don't know if I'd say kowtow to the left, but a lot of other YouTubers are looking at everything being canceled right now. Everyone getting canceled, everyone getting terminated, everyone losing things, losing their livelihood, their jobs, their prospects, everything. Especially in the fallout over Keemstar and H3, which is a big one, and the whole sponsorship thing. Everyone is in self-preservation mode. That's the truth. It's the God's honest truth. They're in self-preservation mode. And so you'll see a lot of these people attempt to come out and protect themselves by being proactive. And I'll tell you this, the first couple people, it will fucking work. Because it's going to be this new trend. If I apologize for bad shit that I've done, people will forgive me. It will for a little bit. It will work for a little bit. And then it's that dopamine hit of feeling sorry for someone or whatever. That's going to go away. That feeling of, well, I'm glad they said something and that they, that's going to go away. And when that goes away, it doesn't matter how big of a sword you fall on or how long you take a knee. If people aren't distracted enough when your shit goes down, it's bad. Especially now that everyone's home. Especially now that people aren't working. They have a lot of free time and they have a lot of pent-up aggression. And they're not jerking off to Pornhub as much as they should be jerking off to Pornhub. So as a result of all that, it's getting bad. And we're going to see a lot of this kind of crazy shit go down. We're going to see a lot of this kind of stuff happen. It's only going to get worse. Like I'm just saying, it's only going to get worse. The best course of action right now is get the fuck off of Twitter. If you can, get off of Twitter. Because at this point, Twitter is probably like the worst place you can be. So get the fuck off Twitter. That's my advice for the situation. I know it's a long-winded rant. I apologize. Let's see here. Darth Devo Knievel says, I love Pornhub. Awesome. That's good stuff. Okay, let's see here. Why is The Dark Knight Rises hated? Oh, why is The Dark Knight Rises hated so much? Because it was just not a good movie. It was a rushed Batman film. It really was. It took me 4 years to go, but it was rushed. It was absolutely rushed. A lot there didn't make. I mean, it's a well-made movie, but there's some stuff there that was pretty bad. Hey, what's going on, Josh? How you doing, man?
Hey, Matt. How's it going?
It's going okay. I just thought I would come on here and talk because I was awake. And I just had like
24/7.
Well, no, I had a fucking conversation, I think like a 2-hour conversation with Gungan Dungeon. Who's a friend of mine, and I was like, I'm awake. And then I'm like, I should, and then I tuned into a live stream, like the Film Junkies vodka stream, and then they were just wrapping up, and I'm like, well, you fucking dicks. Like, I want to talk to people, so that I would just fire up a stream and then, open up the lines.
Oh God, it's been a while since I've talked to people.
Yeah, we haven't talked in a while, actually.
I know.
we haven't talked in a while. I got kind of burned out on streaming, and I was like, I just started playing video games. I get home from doing deliveries, and I'm like, I don't want to go online. I'm just going to go play Assassin's Creed for a while.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm doing. I take the week off, doing a entire week of streaming games this week on Twitch. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. But we haven't talked in a while. It's also because Corona doesn't really give us much chance for movie news or anything TV related.
I know, that's why I put out that video today saying like it all sucks. But we got all right. Well, I figure we'll bring in the first guest, Kalen. What's going on?
What's up, Matt Jarbo?
How you doing? Like your avatar right there.
Thank you. This is actually my first time. Nice to meet you, Matt Jarbo.
Nice to meet you too. You can just call me Matt. That's fine.
All right.
It's it's like fucking. I hate.
Like, excuse me, Mr. Matt Jarbo. I would like to bow and worship at your feet, Mr. Matt Jarbo.
No. I mean, like, I've had people come up to me like in the mall, and I'm like with my girlfriend and my kid. This has happened. This guy came up to me, very nice guy, and he's just like, "Excuse me, are you Mundane Matt?" And I'm like, "I am." And he goes, "Oh, I'm a big fan of your content." And I just go, "I'm sorry." But like, he was visibly nervous. He was like visibly nervous, and I'm like, "Do you want a hug?" And he's like, yeah, okay. So I give him a hug. I got consent first, so there's no me tooing me. And so I got the consent first, and then he starts showing me like pictures of his kid, you know, and that was nice. I mean, I've met people like all over that are just like, they say they're fans, and it's such a weird thing to hear. I'm not. It creeps me out. It's like, it's not that it's a bad thing. It's just like, it's so weird because I'm usually so isolated from everyone that if someone's like, they go, oh, I like your shit. I'm just like, no, don't tell me you watch my stuff. Just tell me I'm a dirty boy. I need to be punished. Like, just do that. Like, let me have bad feelings about myself because my cynicism keeps me going.
It's like, hey, I stock your stuff. How you doing?
Yeah. Anyway, man. So what's on your mind, Kalen?
Oh, I actually heard the news. You probably already know that HBO Go, they're getting rid of it. So
well, yeah. I mean, HBO Go is going away, which is fine. It needed to happen. HBO Now is, I mean, it's still HBO Now on my TV because I have a Roku TV and HBO can't get their shit together.
Same with me, though. I have a Roku as well. I also have HBO Max on my phone, which that's the only way I could watch it on. And with HBO Go, Roku actually sent out a letter to HBO. So they're like, them, Amazon, and AT&T are like in this huge fight. I think there's like a few articles on it.
Well, and that's why I think Quibi is like sliding in, you know, like Quibi, because they finally, after 2 months, are just like, wait a minute, people aren't coming to our service. I wonder why. Maybe it's because everyone's home and no one's on their phone right now. That's a good point. How do we?
Oh, sorry.
No, that's all.
But yeah, this article, when Roku sent out a letter saying like, what did they say? Okay, basically in the article, they were mad that HBO Go is not on their devices no more. So you can't watch so if you have HBO through cable, you can't really like watch it on your Roku. You have to use your provider's app to use it. So like, for example, if you have through Xfinity or Charter, you have to use their apps to watch it. And I think they might make a deal. I have a possibility that they might make a deal.
They have to make a deal. It's 80 million households. They have to make a deal. You know, it's ridiculous that, like, I understand like why. And a lot of it too is like, it's the deal they're trying to make is how much money AT&T is going to pay Roku. That's what it boils down to. Right? It's like, that's what they want to, that's what they need to figure out is how much money that they're going to be paying to Roku in order to have Roku host their shit. Same with Amazon. So here's my question. If they're dropping the HBO Go app, why not just go, well, whatever we were giving you for HBO Go, why don't we just give you for HBO Max? Done.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it makes sense.
They also just announced that Harley Quinn is going to be on HBO Max because they sent out emails to HBO Max people saying like, "Oh, Harley Quinn's going to be on there now."
That was actually announced a while back, but I guess they just sent out emails.
I mean, I have HBO Max. I haven't got that email, but then again, it might be.
Yeah, because
hold on. Let me look.
showed a preview actually in some of the HBO Max previews that had clips of Harley Quinn. So they sent the email and they had a poster of Harley Quinn saying "coming soon." So
okay.
They might make an announcement. At DC
well, that's the thing is, I really do feel like they are at a point where they're just basically going to go, yeah, we're we're just gonna kill off the DC Universe app and move everything over to HBO Max. They're gonna slowly
kill it.
Yeah,
bring Swamp Thing over. I want to watch that.
Well, Swamp Thing's on Swamp Thing is on what's it called? Fucking CW.
Oh,
and
they're going to censor that though. They're going to censor that.
Well, they're going to censor it 100%. But there's a reason why it's on CW. It's not because they're going to do a sequel, which they should. They should pick it back up again. It's because they need content for CW. They didn't get the chance to finish. Content. Yeah, they didn't get a chance to finish filming their shows. So CW worked a deal with DC Universe, even though they're the same parent company, to bring the rights over for that. And it's like, you're going to cut 55 minutes, hour-long shows or whatever, down to 44 minutes. So like, they're going to, the thing is, those shows are going to get shredded, I think, online. because people are like, no, you cut this, you cut this, you cut that, whatever. But it's also possible, and this is legitimate. It's also possible, given everything AT&T is doing right now with like Snyder Cut and all this other stuff, they could look at the numbers coming in from Swamp Thing and just go, yeah, we're going to bring it back, maybe with a bit of a smaller budget, but bring it over to HBO Max. I think people would really lose their shit over that.
They would. I didn't even get to watch Swamp Thing, no, when it first came out. But I saw clips of it. It looks pretty cool, though.
I did not watch it. That is my thing. I haven't seen any of it because when the first episode came out and then the next day they're like, we're canceling the show. I just said, fuck it.
Yeah, that was.
I
that
just
was
said
my
fuck
thing
it.
Too, yeah.
I'm just like, I'm not going to invest into the show. But then like all the articles came out like, no, it's really fucking good. I'm like, well, then they should have waited until after the show finished its run in order to then cancel it. But I think,
I don't know. They could have did it like 8 episodes in, maybe.
no, because yeah, that's I mean, that would be that's even worse, don't you think?
Yeah.
Don't you think that's even worse? Because like, I mean, just imagine, like, I will use a sex analogy on this one because that's clearly where my sense of humor is. That's like you're in the middle of having sex, right? Like you're getting close to the end. You know, you want your partner to get off. You are getting close. You're like 2 pumps away. And then all of a sudden it's like, get off me. I'm done. You know, and you're like, wait, no, what? Huh? Wait, no, huh? You know, and then she's like, go finish on the edge of the bed. Like, that's kind of what it is. It's because you get cut off. I'm clearly tired, so I'm just going to say whatever comes to mind tonight. God damn the consequences. You know, but really it fucks with you. It's a tease. It's all a tease. And I felt bad because they built that really cool set. They built that really cool swamp set and then they just tore it down. So
Yeah, they did that. They don't know what they're doing.
I mean, I'd heard that it was like a paperwork error that cost them $40 million in tax incentives.
Oh shit, really?
That's what I read, but then I've heard like that wasn't the case and that was just what they put out there. And I don't really remember what the original thing or what the real quote unquote real thing was. So
I've been watching Doom Patrol first season. That shit is fucking awesome.
I need to finish watching it because I know Doom Patrol season 2 came out. Safety Zoom here says new season of Doom Patrol is fucking fantastic.
Yeah,
that's a show that needs more love.
I think I'm like on episode 6 or 7 right now.
Okay.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, I really liked. I saw the first episode, and what it was is I put it on. I was watching it with my daughter. She was younger. I didn't know that it was TVMA. I didn't know that. I feel really dumb for saying that. And then like all of a sudden it cuts to, like Brendan Fraser, and he's just like railing that chick from behind, and I'm like,
naked.
What kind of like? For one, okay, like I don't, and then two, I'm like, well, cover my, my. It's like you sometimes.
Daddy, what's that?
Yeah, sometimes. Well, no, she was like, this is like a year ago or something like that. So she was like, like a little over 1 year. She doesn't know what it is. I still don't want her in the room when that shit's on. So then it's like, and then I just kind of kept forgetting to like go back and rewatch it. But I did really enjoy the first episode. I need to, maybe I'll do that before I go to bed tonight. I'll pop it up. But hey, man, Caitlin, I got someone else that wants to come on in. I'm gonna boot you out, bro. Right. Thanks for coming on by and, come on again. We'll do this again.
Yeah, it's been a nice time. I have to go to sleep now, so I probably have to end this.
All right. Well, you get some rest, dude, and we'll talk again soon. Okay.
All right. Bye.
Thanks a lot, man. All right. Hey, Deshaun, what's up, man?
Doing great.
That's good. That's good, man. Glad that you're back on. What's on your mind tonight?
I like how y'all talk about Doom Patrol. Doom Patrol is a great TV show. To be honest.
That's what the chat is saying. Everyone in the chat is saying that. It's Cam DeMello here says Doom Patrol is also amazing. Astro Josh, Doom Patrol is amazing. Just started season 2. Watched the first. Is it the whole season? Is that on there right now, or is it just one episode they're doing week to week?
I think right now it's still out right now.
Is it the whole season?
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, I think they're doing week to week.
Let me see here. I'm gonna let's see. Where is it at? I have HBO Max brought up right now.
Nice.
So let's see. New episodes Thursday. So do they have season one? Okay, they got all season 1 on there.
JM says it's only the first 3 episodes.
Oh, okay, cool. That gives you something to watch. Okay, nice. I'll have to check this one out. It looks so campy. It looks so much fun. So yeah, I love this kind of weird shit, especially Matt Bomer. Like Matt Bomer, look, I'm a straight dude, but Matt Bomer is one of the hottest guys alive, you know?
Yeah.
And they have him wrapped in like a mummy.
Yeah.
They have him wrapped up and you're just like, there's a nice cruel irony with that, you know? Or a beautiful mean irony with it. You have one of the most attractive men alive. And we're talking symmetry here, folks. Symmetry. And you know, like no, because like he was up for Superman.
Oh,
He was
was
up
he?
for, yeah. He
Oh,
was
he
in
was?
he was in consideration for a while, but I honestly think, and this is gonna sound, I don't know how true this is, my opinion, but the rumors I had heard was that he hadn't come out of the closet yet. And Hollywood didn't want a gay Superman.
Oh, fuck that.
You know, I know but we got Cavill.
There's a multiverse. Also, Cavill is a fucking god.
Yeah, you know, and Cavill's the kind of Cavill's the kind of guy that
I would love to be friends with that dude.
Dude, imagine the geeking out you could have with that guy. It would
Hell
be
yeah.
it would be seriously geeking out. It'd be like, you know, like cuz you saw like during quarantine, he was painting like 40K figurines. He's sitting at home like Henry Cavill, Superman, Garrett of Rivia, just like, yeah, I'm painting some 40K figurines for when I
Like,
can
oh, sorry, I almost missed my Superman gig because I was playing League of Legends.
Yeah.
Uh.
That's right. It was funnier shit. Like you know, I love Henry Cavill. So
Also, Alan Tudyk in Doom Patrol is just fucking fantastic.
you know, I liked, you know, there was that show Powerless. Did you guys ever see that one? That it
I've
was
seen the first episode.
it was actually pretty good.
Alan Tudyk is really good at everything he does.
Yeah, he played Bruce Wayne's. Oh man from U.N.C.L.E. isn't on HBO Max. God damn it.
Ah, damn.
I love that movie, by the way. So
That is a
we're
really
we're
good
talking
movie.
about Henry Cavill, and I'm like, I really want to watch him as Napoleon Solo.
I could see a sequel for Man from U.N.C.L.E.
I would love that, but I think it got kind of outspied by Mission Impossible 5.
It did.
And also Warner Brothers and their terrible marketing campaigns. AT&T is way better, by the way. I just want to say that. AT&T is way better. So, okay. So I got some more people that are in the back room. So I kind of want to cycle through people here. So Deshaun, do you have anything else that's on your mind tonight?
Yes. I want to talk about a woman going around that Ryan Reynolds might return as Green Lantern. I don't believe that. I don't want Ryan Reynolds return as Green Lantern. I don't even want Hal Jordan at all. I just want to see John Stewart or Kyle Rayner. But besides Hal Jordan and John Stewart, what Green Lantern y'all want to see in the DC movie besides Hal and John?
Kilowog.
I mean the human one, like Guy Gardner, Kyle Rayner, some people.
I'm actually not very well versed in the Green Lantern. Like, I'm not a comic reader. I'm a movie guy. You know,
Who's the original Green Lantern? I forget.
I thought the original Green Lantern was Hal fucking Jordan. I thought that was.
No, he's not.
It
I don't
was Hal, but they shifted to Kyle Rayner, but they brought Hal back.
Okay.
It used to be Kyle Rayner.
Yeah, they.
Okay. Can my answer be Beta Ray Bill? Because I mean, well, that's like the question of like which Thor do you like? Like, who's been Thor throughout the comics? You know, I don't know. Like, I mean,
Alan
I
Scott,
liked what was it? Green Lantern First Flight, the animated movie.
No, that was
That was good. That was really
great.
good. And I forget who voiced Hal there, but I know like Emerald. I know in Emerald Knight it was Nathan Fillion who voiced him.
Nate has been Hal for a good long time.
Okay. So
Oh,
it's so I mean I like, you know, I don't know much about Green Lantern or the Lantern Corps, but I'm willing to watch whatever comes out because I do, you know, I did like, okay, I will be a lone person on this one. I didn't hate Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, I didn't either. I kind of understand where they were going for, like a cocky Hal Jordan. I think they would in the comic book Hal Jordan was cocky, but I just want Hal to be serious. I don't want him to be like the funny Green Lantern. I think the funny Green Lantern should be like God kind of way to have like that kind of funny, cocky person. If in New 52, they introduced him as a cocky person. Sometimes he want to be cocky, but when stuff going around, he want to be serious. I kind of don't understand. I kind of don't want to like. That's why I don't like that budget of Hal Jordan in the New 52.
Okay. Yeah, I have to look into that at some point.
First Flight Green Lantern was Christopher Maloney.
Oh, yeah, he's good.
Yeah,
I do like him quite a bit, and he was in Man of Steel too.
Mm-hmm.
So they all kind of keep together. Yeah. And I did like that Zach had said that it's possible that they all lived. that they might have lived and just gone into gone. It was like the Phantom Zone essentially.
Yeah, I can see that.
So it's like, oh, cool, bring them back. That'd be kind of great. Because I mean, I just like Man of Steel. It's a good movie. But all right, Deshaun, I'm gonna let you go, man, because keep it open. But thank you for coming on in again, man.
Okay, thank you very much.
Have yourself a good one, bro.
Bye.
All right, Jay, I saw you were there. Let's get you back in, Jay. There we go. Yeah, I mean, look through the can. Okay. Let's see here. Alan Scott was the original Green Lantern. Okay.
Yeah.
People are gonna correct me all this shit. I'm wrong on like a lot of this stuff. Like, so apparently, again, according to Cam, who is a big fan, Cavill was playing World of Warcraft.
I just said leak because I couldn't remember which one he was actually.
You're like,
playing.
it was an online game. I don't know which one.
It was an online game. I couldn't remember if it was WoW or a LOL.
Yeah, no, I knew that it was WoW. Yeah.
But yeah, he almost missed becoming Superman because he was playing WoW.
That to me cracks me up. Yeah, it's like,
I find that hilarious.
What have I missed? By playing video games throughout the years.
Let's see. Superman.
No, far too fat for that. I'd be more like a Kevin Smith stand-in before, like, pre-heart attack.
Fat man on Batman.
Yeah, fat man on Batman. That's right. That was my idea. He took it from me. No. I was funny too. I actually started my very first podcast. I started it the same week Smodcast started.
Oh, really?
2007. Yeah, we did a gaming news podcast for this website we worked for. And it was we had no idea at the time how many people were listening because you couldn't get analytics back then.
Oh, that sucks.
And it wasn't until after the fact that we found out that like 10,000 people a week were like listening to the show.
Holy shit.
And we had like no fucking idea, but we ended it. And by the time we found out, we'd both moved on to other things.
Oh, damn.
So it just kind of like, God, fucking son of a bitch. Hey, what's going on, Jay? How you doing, man?
What's going on, Matt? Doing well, man. How are you?
Doing good. Just fucking chilling out. Gonna probably be on for maybe like another 20 minutes before I got to go to bed. Just thought I'd chit chat with people for a while.
God, that
sounds
background
good.
noise. That background noise just sounds like we're sitting around a campfire telling stories.
Oh, it might be my mic. Hold on.
Oh,
is that? Are you out?
Hello?
Yeah, no. Are you outside? Because it sounds like there's crickets.
Oh yeah, you can hear the crickets. Yeah, I'm outside.
Yeah.
My bad.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Where I lived, I got frogs. Like the people who
I have frogs too.
The people who built my house, they built a pond in the back, and so the frogs all live out there. So there's nights I come home.
Oh yeah, we have
you have something like that.
Yeah, we have a ditch like right behind my house.
Yeah,
we got like frogs and bats and stuff.
Oh yeah, well, I don't know if we have any bats up here. I have like coyotes and bears and shit.
Oh my!
Like this, yeah. No, there's a bear. I think there's like one of them, and he wanders the neighborhood occasionally.
Hey, boo boo, we're going to look for some picnic baskets.
No, he's like gonna go kill cats and shit. Like that's what I think is gonna happen. So anyway, Jay, what's on your mind today, man?
Yeah, man. What are we talking about? I'm up late night here on the East Coast in North Carolina.
Oh, nice.
What are we talking about?
Pretty much, I'm just have an open call in. So whatever is on your mind, just to chit chat for a few minutes about.
You are the star.
Do you guys watch anime?
Hell yeah.
No, I don't. Josh clearly does. He answered that very quickly.
Okay.
Well,
I was just thinking you got a
what you want to talk about,
Great
boy?
Pretender.
Ooh, okay. I haven't seen that one. Have you seen Gleipnir?
I have not. I have not. What's that about?
That is about a dude who can turn into a puppet, and a girl gets naked and gets inside him.
And
Oh,
that's
wow,
why I
that's
don't
crazy.
watch
That's
fucking
trippy.
anime.
Boy, this is why you don't watch anime with your daughters.
No, I don't watch anime in general because I look at that shit and I go, "What?" You know, I'm not gonna I won't make the connection. You guys can make the connection. Guy I knew watched anime all the time. Currently in jail molesting a child. Just saying. No, I know. He actually is in jail. He's facing like 60 years, which is terrible because he's mentally challenged, right? He's developmentally disabled, and he did some bad shit. And I've known the dude for like 20 years, and I feel really bad for him, but I'm like, he's probably in a better place now. You know, which is sad to say. But anyway, anime.
Yeah, I haven't watched the weird stuff. I just watched the.
That was quick.
I didn't hear that.
Oh my bad. Yeah, I don't watch the weird stuff. I just watched the one with action and stuff, samurais, ninja, shit like that.
Shonen. Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
All right. You like Naruto, my hero.
Not My Hero so much, but yeah, definitely Naruto.
I got you.
The
So what are you guys anticipating for Zack Snyder's Justice League? Want to switch it to movies?
something better than what we got a couple years ago.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it.
Well, I mean,
doubt.
like a lot of people, you know, there's guys I talk to that are like way more in the know, like than I am, but even they don't know what's specifically going to be happening in it. As I've said, and I'll maintain this, we don't know if it's going to be good or bad. We don't know.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
It could be good. It could be bad. We don't know. But the thing is, everyone's going to be watching that thing through like a super critical lens. Like all the haters are going to be watching it. What I think we're going to get is something with a lot more character development. This is something Zach had said himself, like where it's like we get to spend, because it's not confirmed episodic, but they basically said episodic. You know what I mean? So even though it's not confirmed that, like that was Zach's idea. That was the pitch Zach had made back in February. Was it to be like an episodic, maybe like, you know, again, speculation puts it at about 4 hours and some change of shot footage.
Oh, that would be great.
And so it's like, but he still has some more additional footage he wants to do, like the Martian Manhunter stuff.
Oh yeah.
And so, sorry, spoiler on that one if no one knew. he put that out a long time ago, so it's not really a spoiler, but yeah.
Yeah,
Not really.
Was it supposed to be the general he wanted to be a Martian Manhunter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
and
basically.
I think that dude knew too, because they like, you know,
It makes a lot of sense.
There's a lot there with that. So I think what we're going to get out of it is we're going to get a lot more character development on Batman, because I think Justice League in and of itself is Batman's journey. And especially coming off of BVS, you know, and again, BVS, I love BVS. I think it's a fucking great film. But like coming off of BVS and the arc it's set for Batman, especially looking at his past and how he realized he was wrong, which is very difficult for a lot of people to acknowledge. And instead of being cynical and bitter, he wants to save the world from what's out there. So he knows something's happening because it's Batman and he's fucking awesome. And so we're going to get more with that. And we're going to get more with Aquaman, I think. We're going to learn, because I think like the movie, like I liked Aquaman, the movie, by the way.
It was great.
I thought it was a good swashbuckling adventure. And this is the thing. Everyone's like, oh, the fucking DCEU, it's grimdark. It's just nothing but grimdark. And you're like, yeah, but look at Aquaman. That was bright and colorful as all hell and did $1 billion. Only DCEU movie to break $1 billion. So, you know, color can go a long way and still tie into the universe that Zach created. So I think that's going to be something that's going to be
that
good.
story was lacking though.
You know, I looked at it like it was a bit, like I said, like a swashbuckling adventure sort of thing, right? So you got to look at it like it's going to be it's an adventure film. The story's going to be like, think of it like Uncharted, the video game Uncharted, where it's a fun overall story, but when you start kind of like looking at, you know, the plot holes, like just the plot, you can start kind of picking it apart. So the idea there is don't think too heavily about it. But for one, Momoa brought nothing but pure joy to the
Oh,
part.
he loved that role.
He loved it, and it came through, and that's what sold it to the audience. James Wan built this spectacular underwater world where we had different biomes and different types of people,
It's
you know,
beautiful.
and the colors and like the water effects when they were talking underwater and all that jazz. Black Manta looked amazing.
Oh yeah.
I forget that dude's name, but I like him a lot as an actor.
Abdul Yahya Mateen. or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
That guy. Yeah, man. Fuck, I can't wait to see him in Matrix 4. That's gonna be great.
Oh yeah, they're doing.
Was
that.
he in the Jordan Peele movie, or is that someone else?
No, he wasn't in. You're talking about Us, right?
No, not no, never mind, not Jordan Peele. Candyman.
I don't. Yeah, yeah,
Was he in
yeah. He's gonna be Candyman too, and Jordan Peele, I think, is
Okay,
producing
yeah,
that one.
Oh,
I
shit,
were.
nice.
Yeah.
I will fully fucking admit though, like I love the Clive Barker Candyman, and I love Tony Todd. I know Tony Todd's making an appearance in this new one, but it's like, how do you remake Candyman?
Yeah, I'm not interested, bro. I'm not interested.
Wait, you're not interested in how they remade
I'm
it,
really
or,
not.
or you want to see it?
I'm apathetic about remakes, man. I'm just not a remake fan. I haven't seen too many that I like.
Okay.
To be honest.
I honestly didn't know there was a Candyman movie until I saw the trailer. So I mean, it's doing its job. It's getting new audience interested in the property.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'll
Yeah,
you
for
know,
sure. Yeah.
I'll watch it. The trailer looked interesting. I remember watching Candyman as a kid, and it's scaring the fuck out of me, right? And then when it's about 10 years ago, I was working at a movie theater in L.A., and we would do old cult movies on Saturday night, and my job on Friday night was to watch the movie to make sure that the print was fine. And if I needed to splice anything, fix anything, I had to do that. Well, you know, I was watching Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction, The Warriors, Child's Play, you know, like all these cult classic films. And I watched Candyman one night. And I sat there by myself in a movie theater at like 2 a.m. watching Candyman. And I'm not lying when I say this, a fucking rat infested theater in Pasadena, California. And that scared the shit out of me because where I had to park my car, there was no parking lot that was available on the weekends because they had one parking lot behind the theater that always filled up. I either had to park, generally I had to park a couple blocks away in the darkness. So at the end of the night, I have to walk a couple blocks, middle of the night Pasadena. And this isn't like the good part of Pasadena. It's edging towards the bad part of Pasadena. And I'd be sitting there with like a couple $1,000s in my pocket to take to the bank for the night deposit. And just like having to walk through like all these tall trees and like this like really long sidewalk and no lights. And like after watching Candyman, it just like, yeah, it fucking freaked me out, man. You know, freaked me the fuck out. It was good times. But hey, Jay, I'm gonna let you go. We got one more person to bring on in before wrapping this thing up. But I do appreciate you coming on back and definitely come on in again.
Yes, sir. Peace.
Thank you. Get some sleep, Brian. I know it's like late over there. Thank you very much, Jay. That was good. All right, H. Bartz, what's up, man? What's on your mind?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can.
Hey Matt, I'm a big fan. Been watching you since 2016, I think.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. No, it's I'm assuming the Ghostbusters. Is that probably what a lot of it was?
I don't remember seeing that video, but I just stumbled upon your channel and just started watching.
I put out a lot of content back then. Good and mostly bad, but it was a fun year. No, I can't complain. 2016 was actually a really solid year. But I appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching. It's you know.
So I got a question.
Yeah.
Do you think that Ben Affleck is done playing Batman or no?
No, I don't. I don't. I know people keep trying to say like, oh, bringing in Keaton's gonna like erase Batfleck. Like, no, what? If all these things are canon now, if you believe this, if you believe all of this noise, because there's no confirmation, so it's all noise. It's just dicks flapping in the wind is all it is. And so what you know, if you believe all that, everything is canon, right? The CW is canon. Robert Pattinson's Batman is canon.
Bullshit.
It's all canon. Multiverses. It's such a lazy concept in my opinion.
Yeah.
But you know, so that's what if that's what they want to do, then they're not going to erase Affleck. They're going to have all the Batmans together to do something. I don't know. I mean, I could see it happening.
It's the Red Power Ranger episode.
It really, yeah, it is. It's, you know, I think like if it's possible, AT&T, if this is real, is looking at the Crisis on Infinite Earth and going like, we could do this
But
theatrically, but better. Yeah, and it's like, well, really, I think anyone could do it better. I didn't watch it. I watched clips of it, and it was terrible.
I watched the first 3 episodes. It was tolerable.
I did. I will admit, Brandon Routh as Kingdom Come Superman. I did like that, but John
Oh, yeah.
Cryer as Lex Luthor. I can't get into that. I'm sorry. I just kind of want them to like go and draw like a little slit on his forehead and go, huh, he looks like a dick. Like that's it. That's all I want because it doesn't. John Cryer doesn't strike me as the villainous type. You know, you don't spend 12 years on 2.5 Men, being like the wimpy cousin to all of a sudden become Lex Luthor. It doesn't, you know, I mean, Rainn Wilson voiced him in Apocalypse War and he was more intimidating. Dwight fucking Schrute was more intimidating in animated form than John Cryer is in physical form. So that's how I view that. But as for Affleck coming back, I think Affleck has got some redemption work to do. And sorry, go ahead.
I think Affleck will definitely come back if Snyder stays on with the DCEU. I think he stepped back because he was burnt out from the trauma of BVS, Justice League. He wanted to do his own thing and saw that didn't really work out too well. So I think he will come back with Snyder because everyone in the cast is very loyal to Zack Snyder.
Well, they are. They're very loyal to him. You know, the thing with Affleck is he had his own personal meltdown, and his whole life was upended and shit. So you know, it was his own mistake. I think that's a lot of it too. That's why, like when he says he wants to do something like The Way Back is about an alcoholic who destroyed his marriage and he's trying to figure it all out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so that makes a lot of sense. Like that, you get that whole angle. When I look at Batman, I mean, Affleck was a card-carrying Batman that wowed everybody because when they announced his casting in 2013, people were like, "What? You know, Ben Affleck as Batman? Are you fucking kidding me?"
I hated that idea.
Right?
I was on the fence until I saw the suit and I was like,
'Cause
"Oh,
I actually
damn.
I actually don't like I think was it 2004 Daredevil movie?
2003, February
2003.
03.
Yeah,
That
I don't
wasn't
like him
his
as
fault.
Daredevil.
Like, I mean, I will say this though about the Daredevil. I prefer the theatrical cut to the director's cut. And I say that only because the Coolio storyline and the director's cut, it's too distracting.
There's a director's cut."
Yeah, there is. It's actually like it's a bit darker. There's elements of like you get rid of the Coolio storyline because the Coolio storyline is just Coolio is like it's an ongoing trial that like pops up a couple times throughout the movie and like it doesn't go anywhere, it doesn't do anything. It's just fucking Coolio, and I like Coolio, but I was like that just doesn't make sense. I get your point about Daredevil. I enjoyed him in Daredevil. But when I heard he was cast during Comic-Con 2013, I was actually on board with it. And I say that because I had thought Man of Steel was going to be an absolutely terrible film. And I went into it thinking it was going to suck. I went into it not wanting to like it. I walked out going, this is like my top 5 films of the year.
Oh yeah.
And I still love Man of Steel to this day.
I sadly did not see Man of Steel until 2016 or 17.
What did you think when you finally saw it though?
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I don't know why people hate it.
Because he did. Well, hold on. There was a
It's-
comment I saw here. It was for. Hold on. Let me see this here. Okay. Joshua Nystrand here says, if Man of Steel, especially Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, are an indicator of anything, Zack Snyder does not understand Superman. I could not disagree more. I could not disagree more. Although I will have to say this, JLS Comics here says the Martha verse. Fuck
Yeah.
you. I love that.
He hasn't got a chance to tell the whole story yet.
Yeah,
either.
exactly. I also have to say that I do love the Martha verse. I think that's great. But really, what it boils down to is, yes, Snyder completely understands Superman, and he approaches it from a human perspective, meaning Clark is an alien. Clark wants to be human. And I did a video on this a couple days ago on Father's Day, like why Man of Steel is the best Father's Day movie, talking about the dueling ideologies of both Kal-El and Jonathan Kent. I'm sorry, Jor-El and Jonathan Kent, where if you look at like how they both approached their advice to their son, it was two wildly different takes, but it was both meant to do the same thing, right? And to give you, maybe I can find it. Maybe I can better prove my point with a video clip. Maybe they have that. No, this is going to sound weird, but one of the best pieces I've ever seen when discussing fatherhood or parenting came from The Walking Dead season 1, episode 3. Andrea. Okay. I don't know if I could find. Is it on Netflix? Maybe it's on Netflix. Hold on, because I don't think I'm gonna be able to find it on YouTube. So there's a scene where Andrea is talking with her sister,
Okay.
and her sister is, Jesus Christ, I totally forgot which password I used from Netflix. It's been a while. I know I just recently changed it too. I know I just recently fucking changed it. Hold on. God damn it.
Quick question: what did you guys think about Doomsday and BVS?
It didn't need to happen.
Because I saw a thing, an article or something where Zack Snyder said that wasn't the real Doomsday and that there's another one out there.
Doomsday too soon.
Yeah, well, I get why they did it, to be honest with you. So, okay, here. I'm going to play this couple minutes, and I just give you an idea. Oh, he left. Oh, no, Josh left. Hook him back. There we go. Okay, so let me share the screen here.
My water bottle hit my keyboard and I was like, what the fuck?
Okay, so this is actually the opening of The Walking Dead, Season 1, Episode 4. And the reason why I like this scene so much is because it talks about, it's the two sisters, and they're just having a conversation while they're fishing.
Okay.
And it just, if you listen to it, it really, I think, exemplifies what Zack Snyder was going for in regards to how he approached Superman. So let's take a listen. Let me know if you guys can hear it.
What? Nothing.
Yeah, we can hear it.
Yeah, I can hear it.
It's not nothing, it's always something.
Didn't Dad teach you to tie nail knots?
Why would he do that? He only ever used a fisherman's knot. One knot.
No, he didn't. No, he tied at least 3.
Clinch knots? No way.
Fine, I'm making it up. Did Dad teach you mostly dry lures?
Yeah, you?
What?
You're kidding. But he was always so adamant. And you know Dad on the fishing thing.
Gee, you think? I only spent my entire childhood with my ass in a boat. But in my day, it was all about getting the hook seated. You were fishing for the dinner table.
Not us. We always threw them back. Always.
I guess he changed things up.
I mean, that'd be like changing his religion or something.
People change. It's not his fault we were born 12 years apart.
No. No, because the minute you went off to college, it was my ass in that boat, and he taught me dry lures from day one. This was not behavior developed over time.
You think he did it for us?
Because he knew we were so different. He knew that you needed to catch the fish, and I needed to throw them back.
All right, remember his rule. No crying in the boat. Scares the fish.
Mom and Dad. I mean, maybe Florida wasn't hit so bad. Maybe it's better there. Do you think?
I think you have a bite. Even with the wrong nuts.
So much for the no crying rule.
I think that was more for Dad than the fish.
Okay, so the reason why I like that scene is, yeah, it's a little bit wonky on the dialogue all these years later, but the idea is there. You have two children, okay? So look at it like this: two children, two approaches to parenting. Same object is in mind. What's there for the child. And so in the case of the daughter, the younger daughter's more empathetic, so they throw the fish back. Lori's more competitive, so they catch the fish. And he taught them the different ways that were best suited to their needs. And I love that, because I feel like that episode is actually the first episode of the show that was written by Robert Kirkman, who did the comics. So I felt like it was really good way to kind of like showcase the dichotomy between these characters, also the dichotomy of parenting styles. And that was kind of stuck with me, because I have two daughters of my own, so I kind of ask myself that question quite often. Well, how different will they be? How will I have to adjust? So that's kind of how I think Snyder approached the Man of Steel. Was Jor-El was one way, Jonathan was another way. At the end of the day, but they did what they felt was best suited for Clark or Kal-El. So I just happen to really like that. That's my you know, you guys may disagree. Safety Zoom here says Justice League would have been miserable experience with being this dialogue driven. Well, it was written by Joss Whedon, dude. You know, like,
or you could also sum that up in one sentence, as Yondu said to Star-Lord, "He may have been your father, but he wasn't your daddy."
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
One of the big things I'm hoping for the Snyder Cut is I want to see the black suit.
Yeah, I want to see the black suit too. I think we're gonna get a lot of surprises out of that. I mean, the fact that they showed off Darkseid, although
young Darkseid.
Well, the young Darkseid, so Euxis.
Mm-hmm.
That's whether or not it's Euxis at that point. Like, I think that's going to be a big thing for people. Is I'm really wondering if they're going to approach it, the history lesson, very much like Breaking Bad approached some of the way it did storytelling, by just teasing the end of the season at the beginning of the episodes. I don't know if you guys have seen Breaking Bad.
I
haven't watched it.
I haven't. I've been meaning to, but yeah,
Oh,
I haven't.
Fuck, goddamn, dude. power through the first season. It's good, but it's very depressing.
Okay.
But when it gets to like Tuco at the beginning of season 2, they find their footing, and then it becomes like fucking great. And season 4 season finale is amazing. That's amazing. But yeah, it's a good show. And then of course, check out El Camino, which is the prologue movie or the epilogue movie, which is really good. And then of course, Better Call Saul, which I will fully admit I'm behind on. So, but oh, sorry, go ahead.
Do you think in the Snyder Cut they're gonna do the original Steppenwolf design?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, I hope they do because
because,
I
yeah,
did not
no.
like the one that they had for Justice League.
I don't think anyone liked it. I mean, like, you know,
wasn't finished.
Snyder is like, he's been like, I haven't seen the movie that came out theatrically. I think he's full of shit, if I'm being honest with you.
Of course, he's seen it.
Of course, he had to have seen it. He had to have been like, I need to sit down.
I need
And
to
I
see
just-
what they fucked up.
I just need to see how bad this is. And then I think that's, you know, because the fans really, I mean, just if there wasn't the big fan push, then the Snyder Cut would not be coming, and we'd
How
have to
could
listen.
they have not gone for the original design? It looked so much better.
They were
'Cause They're
rushed.
cheap.
They were rushed. I mean, they well, apparently, like, when it came to the reshoots for Justice League, like, they spent a mint on those reshoots. Like, there's a reason why, like, the budget is around like 300 million from what I've read. So they wanted something that was more palatable to the general audiences. They wanted Avengers, but with DC characters. The thing with that is, though, is that it was completely different from the previous arcs established in the last two films. So, I mean, Joss Whedon,
Justice League isn't the Avengers.
true. And I think Joss Whedon did what he could. If I'm like, I, you know, people always like, you know, oh, it's Justice League. Yeah, it is. But it's like, I think that when it boiled down to what, you know, he was trying to do, I think he, you know, I think he had a very impossible task, and he got it over the finish line. It just was not what audiences wanted. I think BVS. I know BVS grossed more than Justice League, but I think Man of Steel grossed more than Justice League.
I think it has been on a decline. Yeah, it's been on a decline, then a bit of a wave,
Yeah,
but
I mean,
more
so,
on the lower side.
so I just I'm just waiting to see like what.
It's gonna be a totally different movie.
Well, yeah, I mean, 80 pages was was written and shot for what Whedon did, and Whedon focused more on dialogue and banter, you know,
Comedy.
and comedy. Yeah, like like Ezra Miller falling on Wonder Woman's boobies. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm just like he's
You're
I
a
think he's-
fucking man. Either grab him or move.
Is that what she said?
No.
Yeah, I'm like, I've only seen it one time. I forgot. That would have been funny though. You're a man, and he's like, no, I'm not.
No, I'm not. I'm a
No, I'm
child.
not. No, I'm not. I haven't ever been in a fight. I've never touched a vagina.
You know, Matt, you're one of the few YouTubers that I watch that actually likes DC, which is good because everyone else that I watch just hates DC. And I
The
wish
only
they did.
DC movies I dislike are Suicide Squad. What other ones? I think that's it.
I don't
I
know
really,
how you can dislike Suicide Squad. It's a
I-
fun.
I don't like Jared Leto.
I don't like Jared Leto. I dislike it. It's entertaining. I dislike it. It's entertaining, but I just dislike it.
I don't know, man. I like
I
it.
think he'll do good with Morbius.
I'm looking forward to it. As weird as it
Yeah.
seems right now, I'm more interested in what Sony's doing. I am. I'm
Honestly,
just
yeah.
more interested in what Sony's up to. Like, I just want to
Honest.
see what's happening with these, you know, Venom 2, because I liked Venom. I mean, it was passable.
I like the MCU a lot, but I just wish they would go more dark at times
Yeah.
instead of just being always happy.
Well, and
I-
that's the thing. A lot of people want that too.
Because even though Infinity
think-
War and Endgame are dark movies, they still have that comedy aspect to them.
Yeah, I think that's what this next phase will be giving us, especially with the Multiverse of Madness.
Now, here's one question. You're a fan of Jackie Chan, right,
Who?
Matt?
oh, am I a fan of Jackie Chan?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Who
Do you
isn't?
think if
Yeah.
he was younger, they would have chose him to play Shang-Chi?
I think
That
he
would-
was a lot younger.
That would have
You know,
been great.
if they were like, if we're talking like, you know, 1970s Jackie Chan.
He would have had to convince them to have him do all his own stunts.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, I remember when they brought, you know, Rumble in the Bronx when that came out.
Ooh.
And they made a big push back in like 96 to make, to really bring Jackie Chan to the States.
Mhm.
And I remember like it's like rated R. He does his own stunts. And it's like, and then you see him like leap between these two buildings. And at the time, it was like, whoa. Like, did you fucking know that you could do that? And then the movie was passable, but it was like, the stunts were fun. But I've always been a fan of Jackie Chan.
I've always wanted to see the uncut version of Rumble in the Bronx because in America we got the trimmed down version.
Is there an uncut version of that?
Most of his movies are trimmed down, like for American
No.
releases.
That would make sense.
I can believe
Like,
that.
like I don't know if you've seen Legend of the Drunken Master.
Yes, I have. I saw it in theater when they re-released it.
That's called Drunken Master 2 over in China.
Okay.
Mhm.
And I've watched like the original, and it's like 10 times better than the English version.
Oh, really? Because I thought the English version was pretty good. But then again, I saw it when I was like 18 or 19 or something. It came out
I've
like
been on
in
this huge like Hong Kong cinema binge
there's
recently.
a lot of good Hong Kong cinema out there.
Oh yeah, there are.
Have you seen Hard Boiled?
Yeah, dude, I love John Woo. I went on this John Woo kick back in 2007 because they were doing the John Woo Stranglehold video game, and IGN wanted a bunch of like John Woo inspired short films, which we actually watched the one I did here. I don't know if anyone here remembered that Dichotomy short film.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was my take on John Woo. I didn't have any birds though. And yeah, no, I like John Woo. My favorite Jackie Chan movie though is actually Operation Condor.
I just bought that on a Blu-ray yesterday. I got a UK release, which
nice.
It restores like the Hong Kong cut.
Oh, cool. That's a fun movie. I remember when they were like, because when Rumble in the Bronx came out, that was like at the time Jackie Chan he blew up here in the States. And so like it felt like every couple months there was like a new Jackie Chan movie coming out. Like God, there was like Mr. Nice Guy.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
That
Who
movie,
am I?
yeah, there was that one I think went to home video.
Mhm.
But there was there's one where he goes to like Australia or he goes to some country.
Oh, that's First Strike.
Yeah, First Strike. Yeah, and
But
then
yeah.
they
in
did
Hong Kong, that it's called Police Story 4 First Strike.
Okay, so it's the fourth movie in the series, and that's the one they brought to the States.
Yeah, I watched
Motherfucker.
First Strike, and actually, like, they horribly butchered that movie for us here in the States because each area of the films that went to Hong Kong, Russia, and then Australia, they were originally, like, if you were watching the Laserdisc at the time or in a Hong Kong theater, you would have heard the different languages for each of those areas, like Cantonese, Russian, and then English.
Oh, interesting.
And they cut out some stuff as well, including like Jackie Chan's end song that he sings at the end of the movie.
He did one recently called like it was like the 12 Zodiac or something.
Mm-hmm.
Chinese Zodiac.
Yeah, did you see that?
Yeah, that's the third Armor of God film.
Oh, wait. So is it Operation Condor, Armor of God 2, Operation Condor, and then
Well,
China?
This is how it goes.
Okay.
You have Armor of God, which is the first one. Then
Okay.
Armor of God 2, Operation Condor. In the United States, they reversed those.
Oh, okay.
And then it's Chinese Zodiac. So it's the third one in the series.
Oh, okay.
Don't you hate the U.S.?
Yeah. That's
we ruined a lot of
interesting.
Jackie Chan films.
No, that's really I didn't know any of that. That's fucking crazy, dude. I'm geeking. I'm kind of geeking out right now. I want to go watch them because I really fucking like those. I love Operation Condor.
Yeah, if you have a region-free Blu-ray player, I recommend looking up like 88 Films. They got some
Okay.
UK Blu-ray releases of his films.
Yeah, let's see. JLS Comic here said The Foreigner came out recently. That was pretty good. Yeah, well, that was Martin Campbell directed film too. And Pierce Brosnan was the bad guy. I need to see it. I haven't seen it yet.
I've been
But
meaning to say that.
there's a lot of movies. This is actually kind of the whole weird thing is I'm gonna move away from doing the news coverage as much.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because dude, it's if you saw my video today, it's like it's sucky right now. Nothing much is happening for one.
Oh.
Two,
Yeah.
it's like if it's not outrage, no one cares. You know what I mean? If it's not, it's true. If that's YouTube in a fucking nutshell. But it's like I would rather just like talk to you guys. Like, I'm learning a lot from H. Bart's here. I didn't know any of this.
Did you know that Super Cop is Police Story 3 Super Cop?
Shut the fuck up. Really?
Yeah,
God damn it.
and they trimmed that down as well. Like
Shut the fuck up.
I
God
own both.
fucking damn.
I own both copies of it.
Fuck
and
you, MPAA.
The Hong Kong version is 10 times better.
Oh my God. Jesus
Fucking
Christ. Why
MPAA.
isn't this shit like, where's the streaming service for fucking Hong Kong movies? I'd watch all of those.
Hello, have you
I just
used
buy off
ExpressVPN?
I just get all these Blu-rays off of Amazon and like foreign websites.
That's the thing is that shit's pretty cool. I
So
love.
that's the only way you can see them uncut.
Oh man, I need to find the
Except for First Strike. Sadly, I have not been able to see that because Dimension, I think, still owns the rights and they won't give it up.
Of course.
yeah. But last night it wasn't Dimension. That was New Line, wasn't it? Yeah, it's New
Yeah.
Line. Yeah, which is a subsidiary of Warner Brothers. So yeah, well maybe it'll pop up on fucking HBO Max. You know what? Let me do a search on HBO Max. What are you looking for? Jackie Chan. Hey, Police Story's on here. The first Police Story's on here.
I love the whole Police Story franchise.
It's okay, but it's only an hour and 41 minutes. Is it the cut version?
Probably, if Jackie Chan is speaking English.
Wait.
Wait, is this the first Police Story?
Yeah.
Yeah, if he's speaking English, it's probably the cut down version.
I'm just gonna check it out. I'm just gonna scroll through. Oh my God, they're driving cars through a favela. Holy
That's
shit.
crazy.
Okay, hold on.
Any Jackie Chan movie where he speaks English has been cut down.
No, he's speaking Chinese.
Oh, he is? Alright, so if he's speaking Cantonese, then it should be the full version.
Okay. Okay, I gotta watch this. I gotta fucking watch this. I fucking like. That's cool, man. Oh hey, Ad Astra is on fucking HBO Max. So is Ford v Ferrari. I can finally watch that thing. I haven't watched it yet.
The only way you can watch Police Story 4 normally nowadays in the original version is if you somehow have an old Hong Kong laser disc.
That's something I never got into collecting was laser discs. But you know, we need to get on that shit.
If you ever get a chance, watch Dragons Forever. That's a great one.
Okay. I'm trying to think like, yeah, I haven't, you know what, like, what was that one? Oh God, it was, Iron Monkey. You ever see Iron Monkey?
Who's in it?
It's not Jackie Chan. It's, Wu Ping. It came out in the early 90s. I know that much.
Oh wait, yeah, I've seen Iron Monkey. Donnie Yen's in it, right?
Yeah, I think so. It's been a long time. Because I remember because again, after Matrix came out.
Yeah, Iron Monkey's a prequel film to Once Upon a Time in China.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with Jet Li. His character is like a little kid in this movie.
Okay, because I saw Iron Monkey when they re-released it in the States.
Yeah, I know. I bought this a couple months ago, and they had the U.S. Blu-ray, and then if you go to like Eureka Films, they have the Hong Kong version. I was like, I'm getting the Hong Kong version.
Yeah, because I'm looking at it here. It's all like changes, according to the Wikipedia. In its release in 2001, numerous controversial edits and changes were made to the film, to the dismay of Hong Kong cinema fans. Miramax made several changes that the company felt would make the film more marketable, such as most Americans are unfamiliar with the story of Wong Fei Hung, his name was removed from the Chinese title.
Yeah, that's Jet Li's character from Once Upon a Time in China.
Oh, Jesus. The subtitles were tailored to diminish the political context of the story.
God damn.
Some scenes were trimmed down to tone down the violence.
Fucking idiots.
Originally, some fight scenes had been sped up in places through undercranking. The United States release slowed these scenes down to a more normal pace. Several comedic scenes, particularly ones interspersed with the fight scenes, were removed to give the fights a more serious feel. Although such comedic devices are common in Hong Kong cinema, the editors felt they might appear odd to American audiences. We kind of don't like things that get split up. We do like narrative paths. Let's see. A new soundtrack was composed that emulated the classical score to Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. But in doing so, the Wong Fei Hung theme was eliminated.
Yeah, they got rid of that, which is it's a famous song from China that's been around since the 1300s.
Oh, wow. Jeez. Yeah, no wonder they're pissed. Talk about cultural fucking erasure, right? Let's see here. The new sound effects were dubbed for the fighting to make them sound more realistic, as opposed to the more traditional, exaggerated Hong Kongs. Oh my god.
We've been doing better here in America recent years.
Yeah. I think because it's like now there's like a broader understanding of it. Because I think a lot of it too is like back in the day when this shit was coming over, it was like, it was just no one's gonna know what the fucking story is, because so they have to trim it. Like they do stupid shit, but it's definitely stupid.
Yeah, like years ago, my my dad, he used to hate like Bruce Lee movies, but nowadays he likes them
How can you hate Bruce Lee?
back then they were just these horribly English dubbed movies.
Yeah, I remember watching Fists of Fury for the first time, and like that movie was fucked up, man. But I think that's one of the reasons why this is kind of maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, but it's one of the reasons why I think Big Trouble in Little China is as well received as it is and well revered, because it kind of plays up aspects of that Hong Kong cinema with also the macho machismo of the American action star.
Yeah.
And it just it puts them together in such a way where, like, if it was anyone else other than Kurt Russell, I don't think it would have the same cultural impact.
A quick trivia fact on Bruce Lee is that you never hear his real voice in any of his movies except for Enter the Dragon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because in Hong Kong they used to film with silent cameras and then do ADR later.
Wow.
So the only time you ever hear him on a Chinese like movie or anything is like Enter the Dragon.
That's neat.
That's I guess I get it. I mean, like, I guess I get it.
Makes sense.
It's kind of, well, I mean, it's kind of like, huh? Okay. Okay. Let's see here. No, I didn't know any of this stuff, man. Like Hong Kong cinema is just, there was a time when I was kind of getting into it a little bit, and then I forget, like, I think life just got in the way.
I just finished watching God of Gamblers, that series recently.
Never heard of it.
It stars Chow Yun-fat.
Oh, okay. What's he been up to recently?
I don't know. I think he's been kind of banned from China because I know he's really critical of the government.
I mean, like the last movie I saw Chow Yun-fat in was like Pirates of the Caribbean 3.
I always forget he's in that.
I think he forgets he's in it too. But no, I mean, like I like Chow Yun-fat. Like I remember when he kind of came over to the States, and like we had like The Replacement Killers was pretty good.
The Corruptor.
Yeah, I like The Corruptor. It was actually the first movie I saw when I turned 17. That was the first R-rated movie that had come out after I turned 17. And back in March of 1999. And I remember going to the theater and like, one ticket for The Corruptor, please. And the woman's like, that will be $4. And I'm like, you're not going to card me? And she goes like, no. And I'm like, ma'am, how do you know how old I am? Card me. And she's like, what? I'm like, I just turned 17. Card me, goddammit. Like, oh, all right. Yeah, that was Mark Wahlberg too. Fuck, that was a long time ago. Yeah, there's a lot of crazy shit out there, man. There's a lot of like good cinema in other countries we just don't get to see here.
I can never talk to like my friends about this stuff because they're always like, why do you watch foreign films?
Yeah, I got that.
Why don't you watch foreign films?
I worked at a drive-in.
They're so good.
Trust me, I get that question a lot. Like, we got Apocalypto at the drive-in once. So
wow.
Apocalypto is an amazing movie.
It's not in English.
It wasn't in English. And I was sitting there laughing my ass off because I looked at the owner and I'm just like, you got Apocalypto? And he's like, yeah, it came with the deal. And I'm like, yeah, but it's like, it's subtitled, man. The whole movie's subtitled. He's like, yeah. Well, he's like, I think you got it for like super cheap. And then people, because we lived like, in an area of San Diego that I like to make fun of. I like to call it Hickville. A lot of rednecks and trucks, just whatever. But people came and I was surprised. They sat down and people watched Apocalypto and they read Apocalypto. And these are people that I don't even know could read. And they watched it and they got it. And I talked to them after. I'm like, oh, what'd you think of it? And some of these people were employees. So, it's really bad. And I'm like, what'd you think? And they're like, oh, that was like really good. And I'm like, you didn't mind reading the subtitles? Like, no, not at all. Like, it was fine. I'm like, okay, then you are a little bit more cultured. Congratulations. You've grown as a human.
Have you watched Passion of the Christ?
Oh, yeah, once.
Oh my god, that movie is so odd.
It's a fucking snuff film.
It's a horror movie.
It's just like, it's like, hey, let's watch Jim Caviezel just get fucking
just
railroaded
In the
for an hour and
beginning,
a
there's
half.
just a random werewolf scene in there in the very beginning.
Yeah, and like Tilda Swinton as like an androgynous. Was it Tilda Swinton was in that movie? As like the androgynous one?
Like the devil character.
I forget. It's been like, I
They're
mean,
supposed to make a sequel.
yeah, Passion of the Christ 2, Passion Harder. No, but like, I mean, no, they have been talks like, you know, like let's find a way. Let's do a story about the resurrection.
I do appreciate its authenticity with the language, with it being Aramaic, though.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Gibson did I mean, the movie was directed very well. It just was like, it was a snuff movie. You know, that's all it was. And then like what I cracked up the most at was how much fucking money it made. So much money. And it was like the highest grossing R-rated movie for years. Like, I mean, you know, you had religious people literally bussing people in to like go and see this movie. Like, we need to go see The Passion of the Christ. Let's spend 2 hours watching Christ just get fucked on screen, you know, and then he's going to die because the Jews, and you know that too. Like, you know, like that scene, he was all like, yeah, you know, they could get rid of the guy. What is it? There was a thief, and they let the thief go, but they condemned Jesus. Like, you know, like I'm surprised in a really, I mean, it's gonna sound kind of weird, but like in a you know, there are lots of people, you know, people of Jewish faith in Hollywood, and they got this movie off the ground and ended up making, you know, an absolute dickload of money. So that's ironic in my opinion, but then again, that kind of sent Gibson on the warpath a couple years later.
One of the reasons why I like it is because I like anything that has historicalness to it. Like
Yeah.
historical settings.
There's a lot of yeah, I like that kind of stuff too. I like good costume design and set design and production design. And, like, if you
Even though Braveheart isn't historically accurate, I still like it.
Yeah. Same with Last Samurai.
yeah, that
That
was
movie.
a friend of mine actually did the animatronics on that.
Oh, really?
Built the animatronic horse.
Nice.
Yeah, that's that was good. That was solid. He's done a lot of stuff. He actually worked on. Hold on, I gotta look this real quick. Is it on HBO Max? No, god damn it. I was hoping that The Secret Life of Walter Mitty was going to be on HBO Max. Have you guys ever seen that one?
No, my mom tried to get me to watch it.
It's good. It's my favorite film of 2013.
Yeah.
And I say that because, like, again, like we're talking about, like, you know, I like good cinematography in a movie. Like, and the trailer for Walter Mitty was just like insane good cinematography. And so like that's one I've been wanting to watch again. And it's a new line, so it's a Warner Brothers, and so it should be on there. But it's like, hey, how you can have a streaming service without all the streams? People want to watch shit. But that being said, it's almost 2:00 in the morning here, and I actually have to go to bed. So it's late. I started this late.
Yeah,
tonight.
it's 4 where I'm at.
Yeah, I was out doing deliveries, and I actually had a pretty solid night. So I was like, I was out a little bit later, but can't complain with $160 in like 4.5 hours.
Not bad.
That's fucking COVID, baby.
Mm-hmm.
I got to go.
Especially with the second wave happening.
Well, in my county, we hit phase 3, which means that like the bars are in, like, you know, bars are open, restaurants are at 75% capacity. So people are still afraid. They don't want to go out, so they send me the lone DoorDash guy. Oh no, I'll tell you guys this story and then I'll end it. This actually happened tonight. So I get this really low ball order for DoorDash. It's like $4. And that's like total payout, right? And that's fucking low for like DoorDash.
Mm-hmm.
So normally a lot of us who drive, we don't accept orders that are under $5 because it's like, you know, especially depending on where it's at, worth our time sort of thing. Anyway, so I go and I get this order, and it's like 2 miles to the lady's house. I'm like, that's fine, whatever. So I go over to this lady's house, and she's waiting outside for me. I'm like, great. So she'll come to the car. She'll get the food. This seems to make the most amount of sense. I pull on up. She's like 3 feet from my car. She just sits there, just stands there. And I'm like, okay. So I, get the food. I open the door. I take the 2-3 steps to get to her. I hand her the food. And as I'm handing her the food, she just looks at me and goes, I drive DoorDash. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what? She's like, I drive DoorDash too. I'm like, oh, cool.
Good
That's
for you.
cool. Like, yeah, us drivers, we'll meet, we'll talk sort of thing. And I'm like, oh, good. You doing pretty good right now? She's like, yeah, I make about $800 a week. And I'm like, wow, that's Jesus, really? She's like, yeah, and then I'm like, wow, I don't make that much. I do this a couple nights a week and I make some good money, And she's like, yeah, I make $800 a week. It's good stuff. It's good money. And I'm like, oh, that's good. Well, hey, I'm gonna go. Thanks, whatever. And then I'm like, I've thought about it. I'm like, as I'm getting in the car and I'm gonna confirm the delivery, my first thought was, there's no fucking tip on this. And I was right. There's no tip. So yeah, I had to laugh at that. I just had to laugh at the fact that it's like she's flexing about how much money she makes driving DoorDash to a DoorDash driver and no tip.
It's like, oh, you make $800, $800 a week. That better be a pretty damn big tip.
Yeah, it's just I'm not even mad, to be honest with you. Like, I had a good night overall. I'm not even mad. I was laughing my ass off though, because I thought it was so fucking funny. Because it was like that. How like there's like that kid in school that will always just find a way to like insert themselves in a conversation.
Nah, that'd be me.
Yeah, well, that's me too. But but it's like the randomness of that interaction. Like they just tried to, that's exactly what happened here. I was just like, oh, okay, like cool, no, that's good. I'm glad you drive. It's a fun thing. And then, but just like and then like I make $800 a week. Like, are you threatening me? Like, I don't know what's happening. I don't get it. I am
not intimidated by you. I have mafia.
Are you threatening me? Huh? I need TP for my bunghole. I don't know. It's such a weird thing. I'm part of a group and I posted it in there and everyone's like, what the hell? Is like, part of me hoped that she was in there because there's like about 200 people in that group. Part of me hoped that she was actually a member of that group and was like, fucking read that shit. That's what I'm hoping. But anyway, I'm going to go to bed. Thank you, Josher, for hanging out with me. Thank you, H. Barts, for the fascinating conversation about Hong Kong cinema, of which I learned quite a bit. And thank you to everyone else who was chatting and called in tonight. I really do appreciate it.
This was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
So we'll do it again. And on that note, well, I'll do it. No, I'll do it. I'll do it sooner. I'll do it sooner. I just reorganized my office. I'm in a better, position.
Watch out, guys. This dude's gonna start gaming.
No, gaming is my time. It's my time. All right. Like my PlayStation is in my bedroom, hooked up to my TV, where I can lay in my bed, and I can put it in the recliner mode because I have a very expensive bed that I shouldn't have bought, but I did, and I can enjoy my fucking my video games in peace, and that's my time.
I'll just say this about games: I don't hate The Last of Us 2.
Thank you. It's a good game.
It is.
It's a very good game. Although people might hunt you down now because you said that publicly.
Yeah, I'll probably die tomorrow.
Yeah, it'd just be like, you want to go out? You want to let me get my 9-iron?
Who gives a fuck?
Nah, it's a fun game, dude. People. I was going after him the other day. I'm like, oh, angry man, tiny peepee. So mad.
I'm waiting
tiny
for Ghost of
pee-pee.
Tsushima though.
Hell yeah. That's gonna be like, that's the crazy thing. Sony's doing 2 big ass games in a month.
Yeah, wait, what?
Last of Us Part 2 just came out a week ago, and Ghost of Tsushima drops in 3 weeks.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I gotta get that one too. So that's gonna be a lot of fun.
Damn, I need me a PS4.
And Mafia Definitive Edition, which is
I did buy that. I did buy that one. Yeah, because I want to play. I've never played Mafia 2 or Mafia 1.
I've never played Mafia 1.
But I have played Mafia 3, and Mafia 3 is actually a lot of fun.
The story's good. I just don't like the gameplay.
Really? Because I personally feel like the shooting mechanics of Mafia 3 are some of the best third person shooting mechanics. Because here's the thing with that, a lot of it, and this is what a lot of people don't realize, it's a lot of hip shooting. Right? If you try it from that perspective, where it's like, because you know how everyone, like, you playing a third person and you want to like fire a shot at somebody, you got to like hold down L2, look down the sights, and then fire, right?
Yeah.
So it's like in Mafia 3, it works really well if you just like fire from the hip, you know? If you just have your gun pull out in this open fire, like you're not aiming, it's kind of a spray shot, but it's like it's remarkably intuitive. And I've run into some encounters on hard mode in that, and I just started like, you know, it's very quick reaction. You feel kind of more like a gangster.
Well, I
When,
think the reason why a lot of people hate Mafia 3's gameplay is because, like, you haven't played Mafia 2 yet, right?
No, I have not.
Yeah, a lot of people love the Mafia 2 gameplay, but it's really realistic and like you can't go over the speed limit, and cops will come after you. Stuff like it takes a more realistic style.
Well, I know, yeah, and I'm going to go through that once I'm done with The Last of Us Part 2, and then also I do need to quickly finish Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I'm like right at the end anyway.
I hate Odyssey.
How can you hate Odyssey, dude? It's so much fucking fun.
It ruined Assassin's Creed for me, like with all the superpowers and stuff. Like
Well,
my
yeah, okay, fine. They
my
turned it-
favorites are 2, Brotherhood, and Revelations, and then that's where it ends for me.
Oh, so you're an Ezio Auditore fan? Okay.
Yeah.
No, I love
I'm looking
Ezio.
I'm looking forward to Valhalla though, because the original like
Ragnarok.
the creative director is a big fan of the original games, so I'm
Well, he
hoping
also
does
just
it.
stepped down
Yeah, I know, which sucks.
because like he got caught
Because of the
cheating on
son.
his wife. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like all of a sudden the creative director of because he also did Origins. too.
Yeah, I liked Origins a lot.
Origins. I loved Black Flag.
I wanted a Bayek sequel.
And you wanted a which one?
Bayek sequel, the character from Origins.
Oh yeah, yeah. He was good, man. That was a well-made game. The superpower aspect of or the power abilities in Odyssey. I see your point. Here's what I do with that actually is you can get certain equipment that gives you plus 250% damage, but it negates all of your special abilities, including like anything involving health. So I do that, and then if I'm in like a boss fight or something, or I'm in like a whatever, and I'm low on health, I have a I have a different loadout that gets rid of that weapon, and then I'm able to like replenish my health using my abilities, and then I go back to the other one. So I mean, there's ways around it, but yeah, I see your point. I just happen to like, for one, when it comes to Odyssey, I love the story. I think the story's great. I think Alexios is an awesome character, like Bayek, like Edward, Kenway, Ezio. I think the Assassin's Creed franchise has done a lot to make their main characters compelling. Although I never played Syndicate. I own it, but I never played it.
Don't play it.
And then I forget the name of, and then Unity I did play, and I liked Unity. I never had the issues with it that other people had. But
I'm a big lore person when it comes to Assassin's Creed, so that's why I hate Odyssey. Is because of like how it changes the lore like horribly.
Oh well, yeah. Plus they have like the portable Animus, like that kind of caught me as weird. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go to Atlantis, and because there's a whole Atlantis like side thing, which is like that took me forever.
If I can recommend a YouTube channel, it's called Lasers. He'll explain like why Odyssey is bad.
From like, are you saying Odyssey is bad from an Assassin's Creed lore perspective?
Yeah, lore, and I just don't like the game and the gameplay in general of it.
It's a lot of well, I mean, there's a repetition, and there's repetition in all Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah,
but like, I don't know. I have fun with it. Like I put in 100. I put in like 110 hours so far in that game. I'd get home from driving, and I would just like, I don't want to live stream. No, I want to go and just like sail around the ocean and shit, and just do like, because I have OCD when it comes. That's my biggest issue with Ubisoft titles. I have OCD really bad. Like my therapist was just like, we were talking about it, and she's like, so what's your biggest like drawback? And I'm like, when I play games, I have so much trouble finishing the games because I get OCD, and I have to like check off the quest line or check off what's on the map before I can get to like the final, before I can go do the missions, No, it literally fucks with me. Like Far Cry 4 had so much in the map. Like it just, like I would be driving and then like I'd see a little icon pop up and I'm like, oh, let me check and see what's over there. And
I bet you would hate The Witcher 3 and Spider-Man PS4.
No, I love both of those games. Spider-Man PS4, I had all the backpacks in the first like 3 hours of the game.
Jeez.
So
Same here. collected them very
I just
quickly.
went as soon as I had to do it. And also they're really easy to get. And there's plentiful of them. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot. Like you just make your way through and you could
That was
find
probably
them.
the easiest platinum trophy I got.
It was, yeah, like it's super easy. I mean, the thing is Spider-Man PS4 is an amazing title.
It's fucking amazing. I'm
Like I
playing
can't
through
wait
it
for Miles
again right now.
Morales. I can't wait for Miles
Oh,
Morales
yeah.
to come out. That's going
I
to be
want
good.
a Daredevil game.
Yes, I would like that
Yeah.
too. I would like that. I like that very much. Hopefully they'll do something like that.
And if they could get Charlie Cox to voice Daredevil for the game.
I
And
think
the intro to that game has to have someone being pushed, a young boy being pushed, and 4 turtles going down a drain.
what is it? I would like to see Charlie Cox come back as Daredevil. I think it's going to happen because it's been
Movie or
in
TV?
More than likely.
TV.
Both.
I don't think it's well, I mean, yeah, clearly if they're like, we're doing a Daredevil movie, I'm like, yeah, I'm there. And I've already needed to change my pants. So like there's that.
I don't want it on Disney Plus though.
It wouldn't be on Disney Plus. What I've heard, and this is coming from the same source that predicted the Snyder Cut back in November when I gave me that information, as well as the Sony Spider-Man deal getting figured out. He told me that what they want is they want FX to be the home of Daredevil and Jessica Jones.
Really?
And this is yeah. So this is essentially what Disney's up to. Disney realized, because everyone's like, they bought Fox for a couple different reasons. They bought Fox because yes, it has an incredible backlog that they can make a lot of money off of. Simpsons in particular makes a lot of money off Simpsons.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also the X-Men franchise, obviously, and then there's the networks: Fox, FX, FXX. They got that. They got all three of those. Now you would think something like FX and FXX that deals with more adult-based content would not be in the Disney branding. But that's why they bought 20th Century Fox. Why they bought that? Because they want to have a vertical that can put out that adult content and not have it be directly underneath Disney.
Because they dug themselves into a hole and being exclusively family friendly.
Well, it's not really digging themselves in a hole. It's like it's a multi-billion-dollar a year industry for like profit-wise.
No, yeah, I know.
But they also want to expand, and they realize that there's money out there in those areas. So yeah, that's what Iger was doing. Like Iger wanted Fox to have the ability to put out other content, and especially now in the streaming wars and everything else that's going on, Disney Plus is. I mean, Mandalorian's kind of brutal in a couple places.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like they've got like some, Pirates of the Caribbean movies are on there. Those are pretty. The first
I
one's
haven't used Disney Plus since The Mandalorian came out.
I use it every day, but I have a 2-year-old. So
You have an excuse.
I have watched Toy Story.
How many times? 400 times now?
No, not that
A
much.
day.
No. We got our. Was it today? It's funny, real quick, as a gaming thing. Like there's like a Raving Rabbids show on Netflix.
Really?
Yeah,
There
it's called Rabbids Invasion. No. It's actually pretty funny. It's pretty
Oh, yeah?
funny. It's Raving Rabbids. If you know that, like you're gonna know what you're gonna get. It's like Minions on crack.
Mm-hmm.
But like I put it on randomly, and like my kid just fucking right to the TV, and she just went right there, and then she like just watched it, and it's because it's like so frenetic that I think she just like she seemed to really enjoy it. So I'm like, all right, cool. I can distract her or something. So there's, yeah, Disney Plus is like, they put out Artemis Fowl. I watched that. That was kind of bad. And then they got Hamilton next week. Is coming to
I'm
Disney
actually
Plus.
really looking forward to that.
I want to see it. I was gonna, they released it on PBS a while back. They did a PBS release of that, and That's it, like I never watched it, but this I'll check it. I've wanted to see it. Everyone, this is again, my whole point is you want to save Broadway. Start streaming these fucking plays, man.
Hell
Put
yeah.
them on DVD. Why the fuck? And I'm bitching about this right now. Why the fuck don't I own a copy of Avenue Q on Blu-ray?
I watched that for the first time a couple weeks ago, fully on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah. Was it the high school play version? Or like the college production version or the off-Broadway? I think it was the off-Broadway version.
Probably off Broadway.
Yeah. I saw that too. There's one on Vimeo. It's a really good copy.
Oh yeah.
But you can find the camera phone recorded version of it from like the Broadway version on YouTube. I watched a lot of that one night, but the Vimeo one's okay. But I've listened to the soundtrack a lot, so it's like those voices.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the shittier version on YouTube. I'm like, why didn't they ever release this? Like I saw it in San Diego when it was touring, and it was a great show. I loved it. I still haven't seen the Book of Mormon. I still need to see that.
Yeah, I need to see that too.
There's a lot that. Oh yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
So do you think if like those characters like Daredevil go to FX, they'll still be able to cross over into the movies or no?
Yeah, I think it's all gonna. Okay, so here's my theory on this one, and
Multiverse of Madness.
well, there's Multiverse of Madness, which again, there's rumors that are like, oh, it's gonna introduce a lot of stuff. But my theory on it's this: if Warner Brothers decides to take DC and go multiverse, like full ham on the multiverse, what we're going to get is Marvel is going to respond, because Marvel always responds. Kevin Feige will always find a way to mess with DC. I mean, they've done this multiple times. Batman v Superman, right? It was like, oh, we're coming out May 2nd, 2016. Kevin Feige's like, no, that's Civil War. And then they both had the same date for a couple weeks until Warner Brothers blinked and went to March. When they announced Batman v Superman, Kevin Feige was like, ooh, we need to do Civil War. Like, that movie came about because they wanted to beat Batman v Superman. And that's the thing, is Feige will fuck with DC.
I just hope if they ever do a Punisher movie, which it's got to be with John Bernthal, but I hope it's rated R. Like,
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Bernthal as Frank Castle. I loved
If
If I
those
had
scenes.
anyone to keep from the Netflix shows, it's Charlie Cox and him.
Yes.
Those-
Yeah, those are the two. I mean, like, I also want the supporting cast of both shows.
yeah.
So,
Vincent D'Onofrio's gonna come back.
yeah,
Foggy.
yeah, I want Foggy, and I like Karen too, Karen Page.
Oh
because
yeah, she's in there.
the actress, I forget her name right now, but she was saying, like, ever since Daredevil season 3 wrapped, she has not been able to get an acting job.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, she's not. Yeah, she's. I mean, she's an attractive actress. She's pretty decent. She's good at crying.
Yeah.
Like, well, if you ever watch True Blood, you would see her in True Blood, and she's really good at crying on command. But yeah, she said she hasn't been able to get any work since then.
That sucks.
But what I'm hearing is, like, the fans. Feige knows that the fans want Daredevil back, and putting it on, because keep in mind, now Feige's running Marvel Television as well,
Mm-hmm.
and that's going to be. So now what we're moving into.
So we don't
Now
have to
it's
worry
all
about,
canon.
Now
we
it's
don't
all
have to
canon.
wor- we don't have to worry about like Palmer anymore, right?
No, Perlmutter is as out of the equation as humanly possible.
Thank God.
Yeah, he's not. No, we're not going to get the Inhumans. I mean, that if anything.
You remember when that was a movie?
Oh yeah. I remember when they
it's
announced
so good.
it. I remember when they set it up in season 2 of Agents of Shield,
Which
and
is
season
still
3.
not canon.
It's more canon now. You know what I mean? Like, they're trying to find a way to bring it together.
Again.
Right. Sorry. Okay. Cam here says you mean Deborah Ann Wool. Yes, you are correct. That is her name. But really, yeah, like Perlmutter fucked with that movie hardcore, and that TV show was bad. I mean, I can stomach through a lot of shit. I couldn't finish the TV show.
It had a good concept. It was
I didn't
executed.
even watch it. I saw the trailer and was like, nah.
But the fact that they got IMAX to, like, put up like $70 million for that shit, because they shot the first 2 episodes of that show in IMAX.
I
IMAX
thought it
cameras.
was the first 3, but yeah,
No, it was first.
Yeah.
It was the first 2. It was the first 2 episodes, because I put those in. I forget which movie IMAX bumped whatever would have come out in September 2000
For that trash.
for that trash, because they bumped the movie and they put in the Marvel event Inhumans in IMAX, and if it was good, people would have gone to go see it. I think.
They made Black Bolt look so weak in that show, from what I've seen.
Yeah.
And he's
I mean,
supposed to. He's supposed to,
considering that his character in the show is basically the exact same thing in the comics, because one, he doesn't speak because he can literally destroy a planet, and is a fantastic martial artist and great with sign language. He's perfect in the show.
I think Vin Diesel should have played Black Bolt.
It really doesn't matter. All you need is a dude who doesn't talk and do sign language.
I really like Anson Mount though. Like Hell on Wheels was a really good show.
He's a big fan of the character.
So, hold on. Someone here says you might want to avoid disparaging Doomcock. Either that or have a match live. Why would I? Why would I give a fuck? Someone in my Facebook group was like, I think they're here in the stream. Like,
I actually didn't mind the Iron Fist TV show that people hated. Like, I liked Finn Jones' Iron Fist.
I do too.
The first season was good, only with the side characters. Danny was a terrible character in the first one. I thought the side characters, the family, were way more interesting.
We never got the suit either, which really sucked.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
if I did have my choice, I'd have all the Netflix actors come back, but I don't think they're going to bring all of them back.
well, I mean, I want Luke Cage to come back, definitely.
Yeah,
I
think he's a good.
I love season 1 of Luke Cage was like iffy. The last half was really iffy.
First half was great.
First half was great because you had Mahershala Ali come in,
and
he was awesome. Him and Alfred Woodard together. And now he's Blade, exactly, right? Now he's Blade. But then, I thought, Diamondback as the villain in the second half of season 1 was just okay, whatever. I didn't care about that at all. But then Bushwhacker, man, from season 2, that was good.
I still need to finish season 2. I'm
season
halfway.
2 is great.
It's really good. Season 2 is solid, dude. It's because it was just there was memes of Miranda Stokes, there's so many memes that popped up, but it was Bushwhacker, or Bushwhack, whatever. I forget which one it was. Bushmaster. Thank you. I'm tired. But he was such a good villain. He was just a compelling actor. I loved that guy in that role. And then they set up, season 3 a bit, a darker Luke Cage, and it's fuck yeah.
Canceled.
Yeah. Well, I will say this though: the episode where Iron Fist shows up for the episode, they do the team up episode. That was really good.
I was hoping that when they canceled it, we were gonna get a Heroes for Hire TV show.
There was the rumor on that one, but
they
at the time,
I think they should have done that first.
Well, it was the deal that Jeff Loeb worked with Netflix to go and do the Defenders and lead into the Defenders, and I like Defenders too.
It was okay.
I really enjoyed it because I really love Daredevil, and I love how that ended and that tied into season 3. Again, continuity, the continuity of the world, needs to be there. What's going on?
I did not watch Punisher season 2 or Jessica Jones season 3 because I already knew they were going to get canceled. So I was like, I'm not gonna.
Punisher season 2 I liked, but there are people there that don't like it, and a lot of people that don't like it. In my opinion, they didn't like the fact that basically Frank kind of becomes, I don't know, a surrogate father to this young woman. Well, not legitimately her dad, but he looks after her, so he cares for her.
People are upset about that.
Yeah, because what it is they don't want, again, people who do not fundamentally understand the characters, but just know them through
killing and murder and violence.
Yeah, killing and murder. Like Ray Stevenson in Punisher Warzone. He's the Punisher Max version, which was fine. I prefer, as much of a fan of Ray Stevenson as I am. I'm a big fan of his work. I thought Tom Jane's Punisher was a better movie.
Yeah, it was.
And I loved how Tom Jane became Castle and did everything, and I loved the video game that came out that same year or the year later, where he voiced Punisher. It was a fucking awesome game. And, you know, I would have loved to have seen more with that, but I get why Lionsgate went the way that they did. But Bernthal, if you think about it, was fucking Travis Bickle. You know, go back to like the first episode of season 2 of Daredevil when we come across Bernthal in the pawn shop when he kills that pedo dude. Right?
I think
Like,
so.
If you go back and look at that scene and put what he's wearing and how he looks against fucking Robert De Niro in Taxi Driver, it's basically Travis Bickle. And I'm fine with that because it doesn't matter if the inspiration is a Scorsese film. What we got was like the conversations between Matt Murdock and Frank Castle in season 2 were awesome. Because again, it goes back to that whole thing I showed earlier with talking about Man of Steel and like the two fathers, the dueling ideologies, right? The battling, even though they're fighting for the same thing, the dueling way of going about it, and like how they had their conversations and they challenged each other. And then also when you get to episode 4 and Castle's in the cemetery and he's telling the story for the first time of what happened to his kids, like that was such good acting. Season 2 of Daredevil, I think, is like out of all the Netflix Marvel stuff, that was the best.
Yeah,
that was the best stuff. And I loved Elodie Young as Elektra and that whole storyline with
Was she dead or no? Did they ever confirm that?
No, she came back. Yeah, she came back.
Like, I know after the whole Defenders thing, but like, is she dead from that? Like the Defenders or no?
No, the Defenders that killed her.
Oh,
yeah, the Defenders that killed her. Yeah, Matt lived. And then they were going through like one of the storylines of where he meets his mom and stuff. And then like kind of comes back into it. But even season 3 of Daredevil, he wasn't even like he never once got into his costume.
Yeah, I know. I wish he would have.
Well, that bothered
really?
me. He never did. But there's a scene because what it was is season 3 was a segue into season 4 because season 3 was the introduction of Bullseye. And that guy, I forget his name.
He was great.
He was great as Bullseye. That
All right,
scene.
well, I think I'm gonna get off because I still want to watch that. So I won't.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I'm just saying the scene.
He stole Daredevil's suit, right?
Yeah. Well, that was the whole thing, and
course.
it was. If you've seen the trailer, it's in the trailer even. They showed that, but he was really good. And then season 4 was setting him up as Bullseye. Right, he was going to come back as Bullseye.
So what I was thinking was that he was going to modify that suit and make it the Bullseye suit.
Probably it's gonna. It was good. It was solid stuff, dude. It was like D'Onofrio did great. If you haven't seen it, dude, it's been nearly 2 years. What the fuck are you waiting for, Josh?
I've had other shit I wanted to watch first.
Yeah, well, put the anime down and go watch the Netflix.
Excuse me, it's hentai and it's art.
Sorry. I know. I get it. You got to jerk off. I understand that, dude.
You don't like anime, Matt?
I'm not a big anime fan now.
Yeah,
I mean, I will watch it like, if it's something. If it's not something that's like, I can't stand whatever it is, like, I don't like anything where like they want you to go fuck your sister. I like nothing about like I know that's not fair to say.
You've been hanging out in the wrong groups.
That's not what anime is. I get that. Okay.
Octopus.
There is some very good anime that's out there. But it's like I like more of the adult, like the ninja fighting type shit, I like that stuff.
Do you like to cry?
Sometimes. But I'm not crying Freeman. Like I remember renting that back in the 90s and like watching Crying Freeman and going, wait, every time he kills a dude, he fucking cries. And then like his half sister is like this giantess who actually wants to have sex with him. Like it was just some weird shit. But I've seen Full Metal Alchemist, not Brotherhood, but I've seen Full Metal Alchemist all the way through.
Okay.
And that was good. I need to watch Attack on Titan. Everyone tells me that's pretty decent.
Yeah, that's like fire, but I wouldn't ever start anyone there. Yeah.
All right.
No, I wouldn't start anyone there.
Yeah, don't start there. Go over something a bit easier. Like Kenshin.
Naruto.
Yeah, no, I'm good, man. I'm good.
With the Blade movie coming out,
Oh yeah.
what was the mentor character from the original Blade movies.
Whistler.
Yeah, do you think they should bring in Wesley Snipes to play that character?
I
I'd
would
be down.
I'd be down with that. Yeah,
'Cause
I know.
I still want him involved in some shape or form.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. I mean, Wesley Snipes is Blade in my opinion. You know, I mean, and you know what I love? I love this too. I do have to end it on this note, but really, it's like this. You know, when we talk about representation, when we talk about all of these things with like, you know, the CW is going to be gender and race flipping characters. You know, because they can. Really, that's all really what it boils down to. But you go back 20 years, and we have Blade, right? And you know you got not even that, you had like Meteor Man with Richard Townsend,
Steel.
with Shaquille,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then but really when you talk about like Marvel comics and like the first big Marvel comic, because there wasn't Marvel movies in the 90s. Yeah.
Fantastic Four.
That was 2005, unless you're talking about the Corman movie, but that never actually came to light. So, or if you're talking about X-Men, that was July 2000.
Blade was really the movie that helped Marvel, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think Blade came out and like, I mean, just even to this day, over 20 years later, you can put on Spy Break. And no, Spy Break's from Spy Break's from Matrix. It's whatever, I forget whatever song is like in the you know, blood orgy scene at the beginning of the film. Right? And like he just starts taking all the vampires. Like that shit was fucking wild for 1998. And it was a good movie. It was a well-made movie, and it was a fun film. And it just, you know, it never, whenever we got all these comments about like, you know, race representation, no one ever brings up Blade. You know, when you hear all these stuff talking about like, oh, female-led franchises, no one ever brings up Underworld or Alien or Resident Evil.
Supergirl.
I remember people saying Black Panther was the first
Yeah.
black-led superhero movie.
Yeah,
It's like,
I remember-
Blade.
Yeah, everyone's like Blade. Like you ever like Blade?
Like,
I was
hello?
like, no,
Hello?
like no, Blade doesn't count. Like there was a lot of people trying to argue that Blade didn't count.
Fuck them.
And I'm just like, are you like Blade was a better movie than fucking Black Panther. I liked Black Panther.
So did I.
It was an enjoyable movie, but Blade is a better film. It's a more
Also,
ground.
Black Panther should have came out before Thor Ragnarok.
I agree.
Mhm.
I think Thor Ragnarok should have led. Should have absolutely like led into Infinity War.
Yeah. It should have been Thor, then Infinity.
Because
Yeah.
the end credit scene literally goes with Infinity War.
Yeah.
No, I know that was a problem. I think because remember, if you remember,
It's just timing.
Black Panther was going to be like in November, and then they moved shit around because Spider-Man threw the whole thing off. But now we're coming into territory. I think there's going to be like what? There's going to be like 5 Marvel movies next year.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of movies. Yeah, it's a lot of things, and
Probably.
that's not even including what's going to be coming to Disney Plus. There's a lot going to be coming to Disney Plus.
I like Tom Holland as Spider-Man, but he hasn't reached Tobey Maguire level yet.
I
For
mean,
me, at the very
yeah,
least.
I get that. Like he hasn't hit like Spider-Man 2 is what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like he's too much of Iron Man Jr. to me still.
But I don't find that to be a problem.
Me either.
Like I look at like because
Every Spider-Man is their own iteration.
yeah, I liked Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man too.
But I,
thought
do
he was.
know that they said they plan to keep him around for like what, 10 years or so?
Well, again, like the rumor that I'm hearing, and I have no idea, but the rumor that I'm hearing is more or less trying to say that what they're going to do is they want to have 3 Tom Holland Spider-Man trilogies. 3. Where you've got right? You've got Homecoming, the first one, him in high school. Then it's going to be college, 3 films in college, and then it's going to be 3 films out
On
of
his-
college.
Like listen, we've gotten Peter Parker and we haven't had a movie or even a trilogy or series live action with Parker in high school. Yes, you can argue that the first movie Sam Raimi was in high school as well as the first Amazing Spider-Man, but we didn't see him. Those were at the tail end of his high school years. This is him all throughout high school. So this is basically Spidey, not Spider-Man.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he hasn't even had sex yet. So
Yeah, I can't wait though for like Spider-Man, like say Tom Holland still playing him in 10 years. Like,
I
that
think
would be
he
really
will.
Cool.
I think he will. I think that's why they gave him the Uncharted franchise. If I'm being honest with you, I think what it was is like Sony was like, okay, Tom, we want
It
to
should
keep
have
you
gone to
around.
Nathan Fillion.
It should have gone to Nathan Fillion. Did you? I should have gone. That short film that Nathan Fillion did was awesome.
So fucking good.
That was super good, and it was like, come on, guys, Sony, get your shit together. I mean,
think what's holding Spider-Man back is Sony themselves. Like, I think if Kevin Feige had complete control, I think it would be better.
Yeah, what I love though is like when that whole Spider-Man deal happened last year, and Sony's like Tony Vincent is like, no, we worked on it too, you guys. Like, or no, he tried going. He goes, we do other things too, like we did The Boys, right? Like that came from us. Like, yeah, The Boys was amazing. It was really good, But like, this is
But it
Spider-Man.
was a TV show and it was only on Amazon.
Yeah. Did you guys see they showed the first 3 minutes of season 2 today?
No, I haven't.
I have not.
It looks pretty good.
Have you
When's
watched
the
Cobra Kai?
I have not watched Cobra Kai.
I'm
Great
going to be
show.
able to watch it because it's coming to Netflix.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty good, man. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
I mean, I have YouTube. I think you can watch it on YouTube right now. Anyway, I don't think you need to have premium.
You need it for certain episodes.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I have it, so I might could just go check it out. But yeah, I mean, it's like I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with a lot of that stuff, and then I think it's going to be, I think we're kind of going to this kind of cool, like, I think a lot of this stuff's going to go TV just because after COVID, I mean, like
I'm
people
fine
aren't going
with
to go, not as much, and so they're
Now,
going to have to figure out
How
a way
long do you think the MCU is gonna last? Like, I'm 19 right now, so do you think
Honestly,
the
until
MCU could be around when I'm 60?
Yeah.
It's honestly going to be around until Feige says, you know what, we've had a good run. We can
How do you
just
end it
restart.
though?
Honestly, that is the biggest question.
Another
Well,
snap.
I mean, think of it like this. It's really not like that was weird. It really kind of boils down to be like okay, so I'm getting fucking tired. I have to go to bed, but
Have Galactus eat the entire universe.
well, you don't need to have like, I mean, they've been doing these comics since like, the 1930s. So, or whatever. Stan Lee's stuff was like the 60s. You've got a lot that you can do with these stories. I mean, these movies only come out like every couple years. So you've got time to elongate a story and then build up from there. Now, what I think Feige's doing that's going to work out well is the whole thing about building the characters on Disney Plus, which would then be used as a way to, keep people watching and keep them paying money for subscriptions.
Yeah.
And then from there, they bring the characters into the big screen. So you don't need origin movies anymore. You don't need segue movies anymore. You could just do spectacle. It could
Would be
just be
nice.
pure comic book. And that could theoretically, I mean, if that's where the money is, it's been there for a long time. It's not going anywhere. People like the continuity. They like getting to know these characters. And I think that's why a lot of these companies that try to mimic Marvel, they fail because they don't trust themselves to try it one more time.
DC.
DC especially.
I'm not sure if this is ever going to happen. Like, it probably will never happen. I don't know, maybe. But would you like to see a DC versus Marvel movie?
No.
Nah.
No.
Not live action. Not live
No,
action.
yeah.
Animated, yes. Not live
I'd
action.
watch animated, but not live action. I think that would just be too much at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
So
I'd
anyway,
like to see both sides
yeah.
go against each
Go
other.
to bed.
I
Go
gotta
to
go to
bed.
bed. Yeah, I've been up since 7 a.m. So
Yeah, you gotta go to bed.
yeah, I got kids,
Yeah.
man. They're gonna wake me up in a few hours. Be like, Daddy, fine,
I gotta get up in 5 hours anyhow.
make breakfast. They'll be like, get a job.
I do have a job. It's driving.
Yeah. Yeah, my daughter's like, I want to be an Uber driver. Oh, you got 14 more years to go, honey. All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us for this while, 2 hours and 14 minutes. If you want to catch the replay, this will be over on the Hollywood After Dark channel because I'm deleting this motherfucker from this thing. And but then yeah, I'll stream over here and then I just post them all over there and then people can go and check them out. So
Nice.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you, H Barts. Thank you to everyone who called in tonight. I'll do this again, but earlier in the day, I promise. And I'll see y'all on the flippity floppity side.